What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the Kolosseum week number 2, top 8. Good to have you guys. Welcome to the mayhem. Welcome to the carnage, the bloodbath, the everything you want. Welcome, everyone. My name is Mr. Aquaman, your host this evening, and joined by the one, the only, Big D. What's going on?
What's going on, man? Staying nice and safe inside, my room. Super hyped to see the top 8 this week. Last week was unreal, man. I was watching. I even played a little bit. Some of you saw me. I got absolutely mopped, but I was watching pretty much the entire night, and the top 8 this week is arguably even more stacked than last week.
And you know what? Stacked on top of there being a couple of surprises, not in just player, but also in character, which is what I'm loving about the Kolosseum, is that it's so unpredictable. These brackets, these players, everything about it has just been everything that I wanted post Final Combat to really keep things spiced up when it comes to competitive Mortal Kombat. And right now, it's really all that we've got here in the online realm, and those who entered have been making the absolute most of it. So thank you to everyone competing, everyone watching. You guys have just made this something special, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, again, this is all thanks to everybody else's support in the community. This is completely community ran, between viewership, between entrance into the tournament, between Match Arena as well. I know Aquaman's going to go into more detail on that. But this is all thanks to you guys. So give yourselves a pat on the back, and thank you for making this possible for us.
Yeah, thank you, thank you everyone who has supported this, and also everyone involved. This is from the ground up. I can't stress this enough. Every aspect of this tournament is within our community, even down to the music. Shoutouts to Kayasmata for giving us a theme song here in the Kolosseum. Their guitarist happens to be a Mortal Kombat 11 player, so shoutouts to them, and the song is effing epic. And thank you so much to them giving us something sexy. The graphics are the same guy behind War of the Gods Combat Cup, and on the back end with admin, you've had Maze, who's been doing this for 3.5 years as far as running online tournaments, and even Blackie joining us. I think he's going by King Kai now, but I know him as Blackie for the past few years.
Listen, man, you know as well as I do. It's so hard changing your name.
I know.
I've tried so many times. If I'm not allowed to do it, no one's allowed to do it. But yeah, he's a good guy.
So yeah, every aspect of this is from the ground up within our community, even down to the casters. Every single show has been a different caster within our community. So thank you to everyone involved. And let's go and take a look at the bracket tonight. Holding up for the viewers right now on the winner's side, the OG Big D, Kirbolicious. Winner's side, top 8 through a 300+ man bracket. Shout outs to Kirbo for coming in and doing his thing. Going to be going up against Splash here in the winner's semifinal. This is going to be our second match on stream. Our first match, we're going to have Turkey versus Combat. Turkey representing the Kotal Khan community. The weight is on his back, just like that paddle is on the back of Kotal's mid-match. I don't know how he swings that thing around so easily, but Turkey was able to do it on Sunday. Get winner's side top 8. Has a tough opponent in Combat who's just been so strong throughout Mortal Kombat 11. And look at that. Look at the run at Final Combat. And here so far in the Kolosseum. On the loser's side, we're going to have Full Auto, our number one, the number one seed and number one in points for the Kolosseum so far through the 2.5 weeks, versus Abyss. And this was a surprise, but someone who I was hoping would do it. Big D.
It was definitely a very welcome surprise. I mean, he does play Noob Saibot. He had a nice little upset over Honeybee early on, which I think is really what helped get a momentum moving on further in the bracket, beating Get Wrecked, who's also a very solid player. Eventually losing the Splash, but then beat Get Wrecked again. That's why we see him here tonight in the top 8 losers. So Full Auto being the champion last week obviously is the favorite, but the way Abyss has been playing from pool play, it's not going to be easy, man.
Yeah.
And I'm looking back on it, even then King Gambler, definitely someone who's like just in and out of top 16s and top 8s. Like Gambler's he's been like one of those rising stars, Nightwolf boys. I give him respect. 3-1 over Diddlick, 3-0 over Deadly Rebel, 3-0 over Cosmic. He lost to Turkey. He was on the winner's side, but then he beat Cosmic again. So, like, there's all these players, whether they're on winner's side or loser's side, that are just unbelievably strong. And then, of course, Sameach at the very end, who got his run back against Nikki after
Yeah.
losing to him early on, so he's not done either.
There was it was 3-0 Nikki on the winner's side and then 3-0 Sameach on the loser's side. And we got ourselves a match here, Big D. Let's get into it.
All right, so now Turkey, the Kotal Khan,
Woo!
going up against the man himself.
And I gotta tell you, I never get. Okay, here's the thing though, I never get to commentate Kotal, and I get to be the one to say this on stream, and I hope I don't get blown up for this. I do not like this matchup as Kotal Khan. It depends on the variation. He did go Ascension. This is actually very annoying. All Raiden has to do is play the keep away game and actually force Kotal to make those aggressive forward movements, make those forward 2 attempts, and try to get him to whiff. So this is going to be a case of, I think, Turkey trying to chase down Combat, and we'll see how Combat can handle it. You know, he's really wanted to prove that Raiden is something here, and we've got the mind game started early off the hit stun of down 3, and I'm sure you know all about that, Big D.
I definitely do, but I also like what Turkey did. He didn't spend the bar because he wants to keep Combat close.
That's right.
really going to be his main point here in this matchup, because Combat just wants to stay away.
And hold
so
up,
go
like,
for little bits of damage from this backup.
I'll see the wave dashes too, and Turkey is, you know, I see a lot of Kotal players, myself included, and I love Turkey's everything. He's very, wow, what a micro tech to get us started here. He's very optimal. He's very optimal in what he did there to not optimize the damage, but keep himself safe from the breakaway, and everything right now is going in Turkey's favor, trying to make the big read his Combat with the down 2, but that's not a read he was trying to make against Papa Khan in the corner, and it doesn't matter who you are, you can die here, man.
All right, well, now Combat got himself out of the corner. I guess that's a little bit more of a moral victory. And then he just puts himself right back in. All right, you know, yeah, there's no way he can come back from this, right? There's no way.
Only
Turkey, all he has to do is just sit in that sunlight and just relax. He's got 23 beautiful seconds. Won't even need it. The jump kick will connect. That is a scary position to be in the corner. No doubt Combat's going to stay away from that.
Oh, absolutely. So here's the thing about Kotal that I do get to upplay is that matchups don't matter when he hits you. Like, once he actually gets his hands on you, and one command grab can lead to an entire health bar disappearing. That is the...
Oh, it doesn't connect.
That is what's frightening about Kotal Khan. He is a true boss character. And that match, oh my, he's trying to shimmy the crap out of Combat there.
But you know what? I like the attempts from him because he knows he has that whole footsie space dominant with that forward 2. And he's been mixing up the staggers a lot, and it's throwing Combat off. But Combat does have the corner positioning. Not exactly incredibly threatening if you're Raiden, but at the same time, he still has a very healthy life lead. I'm actually expecting him to kind of back up here, but
yeah, he's
playing
actually
really aggressive.
That has surprised me too. I thought he was gonna play the keep like in the drop and the repick. Oh, the American reset, the American dream right there.
Combat need to spend that. Honestly, it's not the most optimal way you want to finish the second round, but he secured the round, has good corner positioning, and then this is just going to be all mixed. Turkey has no defensive meter, but that.
Wow, he actually like challenged the hesitation from Combat of is the overhead or the low gonna come, and that little hesitation gave him the time to wake up the down 3, and that did reverse position, but still no breakaway from Turkey. Gonna get it here, and the optimals just not have been there for Combat, dropping that 1-2 after the forward 2 on the launch.
And this is exactly what we were talking about. Combat has all the time and all the health lead in the world to be able to just stay back here. He's not really going to be phased by this little bit of damage, but if he gets opened up again, he's in big trouble.
Oh, massive trouble. He's already got his back to the corner here. You got to be feeling yourself. He's got to look out the teleport. Instead, the Superman out. It's going to whiff. Luckily, Combat didn't swing. The active frames of that 4 could have caught him. Very patient there. No commitment. And he goes in. And that's surprising in that situation, having the health lead.
Yeah, it's 34 seconds. There's no way he's really going to be able to come back to it. That was most likely going to be able to be chipped. That was a little bit too close for comfort. He was having a lot of drops there, but unfortunately for Turkey, Combat was still able to capitalize on that first game. Again, it's really more about the keep away, but we're still seeing a lot of aggression out of Combat, which I wasn't really expecting to see.
Same here. Every time I've played this matchup, as rarely as I've played this matchup, it's been a struggle of keep away, because that is one of Kotal Khan's biggest weaknesses are those zoners, and it's similar to kind of the Setrons and the Eternal Gearses of the world, where you finally close that gap and then they teleport away, and it's like, oh, back of the line.
Well, you know what? And it's like the other thing that we saw was pretty much, especially in this matchup, a get out of jail free card, which is that like the air Superman just getting out of the corner, which is really hard for Kotal to punish. So he doesn't even need to teleport. He could literally just Superman out and then get back to what he does best and just play defensive. But we're gonna have to see how Turkey adjusts here. I expect him to just play a lot more aggressive, maybe going for some stand one tick grabs. Really just kind of mixing it up close. You know that's the dirty stuff.
Yeah. So it's you know, he has started all that conditioning early on. He just hasn't found himself in a lot of, you know, situations where he's been able to jail him with that down three and then start the mix up. He only got, what, 2 down threes on hit in that first game. I like to keep count because I do the same exact thing. But here early on, you already saw the 1-2 command grab conditioning. And it's going to be a 3-way mix-up off down 3 every single time it happens here for Turkey. Puts himself in the corner, and what a punish still. Out there whiffing for days, and that's what Kodokan does. If you whip that whole string, teleports in place. What a mind game.
And then Combat's just going for all this like crazy aggression and tons of mix-ups up close, especially in the corner. Granted, they're not threatening off the single hits, but he's using that crushing blow, the threat of the crushing blow, so well in the corner.
Oh, man.
It's honestly not going to be just enough, but honestly, at this point, Turkey just wants to get out of the corner. That's going to be a nice, easy punish. Opting not to spend the crushing blow, very smart.
Ooh, but overcommitted. You see, that's what I was talking about earlier. The first time Turkey was in that situation, he did the right thing, which was just forward 1 to the command grab, which is safe from the breakaway, but he committed to forward 1-2 into the command grab, made himself punishable in the breakaway situation. Oh, my goodness.
No breakaway. He's going to be able to capitalize super hard. This is so much damage.
This is about 400 and a damage boost coming in for Papa Khan to wake up 3. Going to save himself from that mix-up, though. You need to be careful, though, because Kodokan can do a double wave dash and, again, kind of three-way mix you up there in the same situation. But no breakaway for Turkey. He's going to find himself in a corner now. The execution is there for Combat this time around. And, okay. Is he just being disrespectful?
I think he's just being disrespectful, but he could... Turkey could have easily just ducked that last hit and gone for a big punish, but now another crushing blow. No defensive meter. It was worth it. This was 100% worth it to catch up. Do as much damage as you can. Because honestly, 1 hit confirmed from Combat, and game 2 is an absolute wrap. So Turkey needs to be careful. He now has the life lead. But Combat...
Oh, it's a scary situation.
All that movement.
You need to be careful that teleport. If you'd gone for the interactable, very smart by Combat there. Does the amplify teleport? Oh my god!
My god!
Oh no! Oh my god!
I think I'm gonna throw up. Did that really just connect on block?
That was that. 911. Everyone sub to the channel. I better see that 911 emote right now in the chat. Are you kidding me?
Oh my heart. You know what the worst part is that I got hit.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
I 100% got hit by that. You hate to see it, man. You really do. That's like the most demoralizing way to lose a game in a tournament set.
And this is just gonna keep Turkey thinking here of like what? so next time around. I don't even know, man. It is such a mind game, or it's such a mind, you know, wreck to have that happen to you coming into this game 3. Tournament life is on the line here, the winner's side, and he does have a really good Gearus.
I bet any amount of money Combat even laughed at the end.
Oh, 100%.
I guarantee it. If that was me, I would be so relieved that fatal blow somehow connected. But you know what? It's dawn to game number 3. It doesn't matter what happened. It's time to move on. And with this game 3 is going to be Gearus. Now, you said that he does have a pretty solid Gearus, right?
Yeah, I actually played him the day before that Sunday tournament happened, and was very impressed by his Gearus. And I thought he was a Gearus main for the longest time. But he just loves Kodokan the character. But I'm really impressed by his Gearus. We'll see what it can work against one of the other great Gearuses in the world in Combat. And you know, we were kind of surprised by the playstyle of Combat's Raiden. But really, have we ever known Combat to be defensive and keep away? I've only known him as... Yeah, exactly. Like, he's really only been that he's very offensive-minded.
You know, and I like what Combat was trying to go for there. He whiffed the first hit of the 1-1-2, but at the same time, he was going for the false block. Unfortunately, he missed the timing on it, but that shows that he knows all the holes in his own character. And again, right there, like, this pick by Turkey could very well work against him. And we're going to have to wait and see.
And I'm almost curious what would happen if Turkey was able to take this, given, you know, the extensive knowledge that Combat does have against this character, or with this character. And I can't remember if it was Combat or someone else who kind of breaks out Raijin in this matchup. You know, you remember when there was a big Raijin scare of 2019? And that,
you know what, man? I'm one of the only people that thinks that Raijin is still pretty decent in some matchups.
Yeah,
I'm a believer.
And this is one nice confirmation. Combat gonna take round number 1, put himself on match point here, and it's having that reversal that makes a lot of those things that Gearuses are, you know, against 99% of the cast, they're used to being safe, are punishable. Doesn't look like we might not be able to see it here, as Combat does find himself still on match point, but no fatal blow. Trying to make a comeback, stand 3 anti-air.
Okay.
What is this, MKX?
But you know what? And I like what Turkey's doing. He's a little bit more patient in the footsie range than he was with Kodokan, because he knows he doesn't need to be as aggressive now that he doesn't have tick grabs to worry about. And this corner pressure is actually looking really nice by Turkey, but Combat is so good at scouting out those stackers.
Ooh, nice confirmation, too. We're back in the corner. Whoa, the shimmy, but no punish. Combat got what he wanted, but I think he actually walked too far away. He was like, oh, crap.
This is just unrelenting. We really were not expecting this out of Combat to just be aggressive like this. Like, we were and we weren't, but the Raiden pick, automatically you got to think he's going to go for more defensive style, but the mixture between all the different staggers, going for teleports, and then just sitting back. I mean, this entire set was pretty much all Combat.
Okay.
It's not over yet. It is Garrus after all.
It most certainly is, and just gonna chip out with the Storm Cell, although Turkey had 2. You know, if Turkey had blocked, maybe able to survive that, it would have been the down 1, and then it would have been a hit, and then 1 or 2 more, but he had the... He may have survived that. Crouch, and then Fatal Blow punish to stay alive, so... But against this character, you also have to challenge him, because a lot of Raidens do like to do the down 1 Storm Cell, but if you're conditioned, you just let him get with down 1 into the 1-2s like we were seeing him do as well.
Right. And that's just the kind of playstyle that Combat brings to the table. It's simple, but really effective. And we just saw there, like, getting blown up for trying to counterpoke, those are the kind of plays you need to make when you play, honestly, just being truthful here, when you play a character like Raiden, who's pretty simple at his core, you need to be bringing other things to the table. And that's something that only someone who's really played that character for a long amount of time, you know, being that Combat played Raiden since the very beginning, we saw him use a combo breaker. That's why he's kind of fleshed out that character as a whole. So Combat will be moving forward. Turkey is now sent to losers, not out of it just yet, obviously. I would really like to see him stick with Kodokan. I think he just seemed a little bit more comfortable. Garrus was a solid pick, maybe on paper, but I think he's just more comfortable with Kodo.
Yeah, and that's an unfamiliar matchup for almost everyone in the community. So that's not one that I would have thought if I was in this bracket, Combat would have used against me, and that I would have been ready for. I think, you know, it's just one of those things where you know, if you are Turkey, you take that as something to take from this later on, go to the lab and go, don't get caught by this next time, you know.
Right. But I mean, then again, with Garrus, like, he did seem to understand that matchup as a whole. It just, something was missing, man. I couldn't really tell what it was. He was just pretty much just getting eaten alive by all the different mix-ups.
Yeah, it was just the offensive Combat that he actually turned into almost overwhelming with a character that is notorious for having 0 pressure in Raiden. So maybe he just had to prove something. Big D, who knows?
I mean, and Combat's Raiden is really solid, but
although just got confirmation in chat. Honestly, just played Raiden because Goonie's in chat. Says Combat.
Goonie, one of the infamous trolls, man. Been around for what? How many years now? Like 3 years? Injustice 2, I think. Constantly saying Raiden is ass.
MKX,
yeah, that's true.
He was in Combat Cup dropping B&Bs. I remember him.
He didn't go full-blown troll until Injustice 2, though, right? I don't know. I'm not too sure.
I think you're right, but I don't know, man.
He hung up
I think
the
it's a day 1.
towel.
I think it's a day 1 right there. So
maybe.
That's going to advance Combat to winners finals, guaranteed top 3, and that's good in points because Combat is currently sitting at 2nd in points overall in the Kolosseum. If you guys want to see these standings, I'll go ahead and post it in the chat for you guys. It is updated live. Combat at 250 points. I think with that win is going to jump up a little bit. Full Auto still in first place. Splash, who's coming up next, by the way. Splash versus Kirbo happening right now.
Yes.
Splash in 3rd. Hayate in 4th. Sameach in 5th. Turkey 6th in points. So still looking great because Turkey placed so well in week number 1. Top 32 gets points. And guys, throughout a series, consistency is key. Not doing well once, you know.
Yeah. It's a marathon, not a sprint, man. So if you can stay consistent and get top 16s and get top 8s, you're going to be still sitting pretty well. And which is honestly, from what I've seen, I expect that out of Turkey going into the rest of the season. But now we're going to have Splash going up against Kirbo. Now, Splash is looking over at Garrus. I don't know how much he's going to go Garrus. He wants Kirbo's Cabal.
Oh, yeah.
He definitely wants Kirbo's Cabal. I want to see it too, man. I don't want to see any side characters. I want to see Splash, who has been one of the most dominant forces in the later end of the pro competition. And then Kirbo, who, I mean, his name kind of speaks for himself for people like us who've been around since the very beginning. And he's been getting slowly better and better and better. I don't know what Kirbo's doing right now, though.
He really has. Let's, okay, there we go. There we go. This is a matchup that we have seen Kirbo play for almost a decade. And that's and that's what Big D meant by we've been around for a while.
God, it's really been like 8 years. That hurts.
So
that hurts the soul.
So guys, follow us for a minute, or humor me, I should say. Winner's side top 8 of a 300-man bracket with a lot of pros and a lot of final combatants. Winner's side, we've seen Kotal Khan, Raiden, and Cabal. And we just had an absolute nuke dropped in the chat by Dirtbag9882, dropping 10 gifted subs in the channel. Thank you so much. I see Splash, who's playing this match, just got gifted a sub in the chat. Thank you so much, Dirtbag. Love you. Let's get into this, Big D.
Thank you very much for the support. That was a beautiful showing, as was the little hit confirmed by Splash on that 4-1, forcing Kirbo to break away there nice and early. That's a huge statement early on in the round if you're a Kung Lao player to just get someone off their resources that quick. I mean, this corner pressure is insane.
And here is where two things are going to happen. What we just saw, which was Kirbo actually doing something absolutely godlike to get to that corner, or Splash taken around in 15 seconds. That's about how it goes when Splash is on the screen. And Kirbo with the magical defensive read, but could have aired it right there for the winner of the first round. Waited out the bar, knew the tendency of Splash, and Splash just put everything. He bet it all.
You know what? I respect the attempt, but Kirbo saw that coming 5 miles away. He knew he just had to wait and let Splash hang himself. That's the type of playstyle that Splash has.
Exactly. He knows Splash's playstyle, and Splash is that guy to try to do something like that to just ruin you mentally, and I mean ruin you.
They go off of the breakaway again. Kirbo's really been forced off of his breakers incredibly early on in the round, forcing him to play a lot more safe, which honestly Cabal can do really well. His frame data is, I'm gonna say, slept on, man. He's a very safe character.
Just a safe character. He's got the mids. He doesn't have the gaps. The only thing that's really looked at is just his movement. But I guess that's kind of matchup dependent, and it's kind of up to the user in that, you know, that you saw that comeback coming from Kirbo at round 1 because of his execution and his ability to flawless block. And this round is starting to get away from him, though he's back to the corner. And one of the swaggiest characters when it comes to combos is Kung Lao, and he cashed out on everything for 285. That was beautiful. That was a cool.
And I have to give Splash credit, because what a lot of people probably didn't even notice, he did an empty neutral jump to bait out a flawless block reversal, and that's how he got all that damage. That was super smart.
That's becoming meta post-final combat, because I do it all the time. I am running into people that are so effing good at flawless blocking jump-ins that you have to start mixing it up just like he did there. And here we go.
Doing it again, over and over and over again.
And now no defensive bar, even though Kirbo did have the flawless block, and this is going to be... It's just a flawless victory to start off this game. Oh my goodness. And that is all it takes. You know, it's like I talked about earlier. It feels like matches that Splash plays are 50-50. Either something godlike is going to stop him from doing what he wants, or he's going to do what he wants. There's hardly a middle ground.
That round was so different compared to what we saw Kirbo coming out swinging and like really playing super soft. But the moment he got put in that corner, it was like he just didn't have the controller in his hands. It was just unrelenting pressure and just read after read from Splash.
Also,
a quick shout out to Splash for his birthday.
It's his birthday, huh? Today, he's playing in the Kolosseum on his birthday. Splash, you know what?
He's 18. God, these young kids, man.
Let me put that on.
I can't. That's why he's so good, man. It's those young reactions.
Kotal's Kolosseum.
What's crazy is looking back, like this was he's the age of when I first started out, but I didn't get like good until like for 6 years, and so like they have it so early. Like they have that apex competitive in them so early, and it's just scary to know that they're gonna be around, right, Big D? That they're gonna be around for like another 20 years, you know? Like who knows where the future's gonna go?
Man, we passed the gauntlet on to the youngins. All right, there's a reason why we sit behind a desk now. But now here we go, game number 2. Let's see if Kirbo can adjust. Honestly, I think his big game plan going into game number 2 is just going to be to stay away from the corner. He was doing just fine in the midstream, but the moment he got put in the corner, it was just an absolute mauling. But now, there's still a molly going on midstream, grab after grab. The mix-ups, just so good. Definitely spending the crushing blow. No defensive meter on Splash. Fully cashing out here. And still being able to switch sides. I expect Kirbo to back off. He needs to be careful. Okay, this should be able to kill. Keeps it unbreakable. Spend the bar. Very nice. And again, that midstream presence. Kirbo feels so much more comfortable. He just has to stay away from the corner. And now, nice little air-to-air there. Breakaway just before the Nomad Dash, and it still counts as a punish. Okay, this is really bad for Kirbo. Aquaman, you still there?
Yep, sorry about that. I was doing something on the back end. I apologize. Sorry about that, guys. Get back in this match. As I look up, and Kirbo Dengster took a whole round while I wasn't looking, Big D. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, but you see, and this is exactly what I was talking about. He's just staying away from the corner. That was the biggest mistake he could have did in game number 1. Look how different game number 2 was. Oh my.
Cabal wins.
Do you think that it was just, you know, Splash give them the information, and then Kirbo able to make that adjustment so fast? But wow.
I mean, let's be real. Kirbo is a tournament veteran. All right, the adaptation is going to be there, whether you're a believer in the return of Kirbo or not. The adaptation is going to be there, and we saw it right before our very eyes here in game number 2. That was night and day compared to game number 1. Now, Splash has a little bit of thinking to do, because that second game was almost a speed run.
Yeah, he actually kind of returned the favor to Splash. That's what Splash was used to do to someone else. He's probably sitting back going, wait a minute, that can't happen to me. Hold up. And again, we were talking about it. Splash is a super dominant force in MK11. We saw it at the very end of the pro competition when he first started traveling, getting 2 top 8s in a row. Back to back.
And honestly, one of the favorites for LCQ as well. Just over, has it been a month? Not even a month yet. So the Splash is no slouch, and Kirbo's playing really well, man.
Is it going to come down to, you know, just the battle of the momentums and who's going to get that first hit and force the first person off their breakaway, just like Splash has already done here at the start of game number 3? And that was so far away. Kirbo loves to do that max distance jump 2 into the 2-3 because it'll convert even if you're not within the stand 2 range because the hit's done on it. And wait a minute, here we go.
There you go, got the breakaway out of the way, but now Splash can get a lot of damage and pushing more towards the mid-screen.
I don't know if I would have had the audacity to wake up jump against Cabal, who has 17 mids that he's going to throw your way. That meaty, by the way. That was a ballsy jump kick, but look at the payout.
I mean, it got it that round. But again, Kirbo getting the little bits of damage, and especially what this variation brings to the table, that was such a crucial drop, forcing him off the breakaway again. This variation of Cabal does so much damage pretty much off of any confirmed. So yeah, Kirbo knows he can make a few different little bits there.
If you get touched, you might as well just say, okay, I've lost 30%. Just like no matter what the touch was, 30%'s gone.
This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt.
Woo!
Yeah, definitely have to spend it there. Splash answering back with a super quick game of his own. Is this gonna be death?
Oh my goodness! 346. We were talking about the damage output of Cabal. Wait a minute. Little did we know.
That was a statement from Splash saying that he really did not like how that game number 2 went. I'm not sure which game went quicker.
These are just 2 heavyweights throwing haymakers back and forth right now.
Oh, yeah. Now, I know Kirbo does play other characters. I don't ever want to see him come off a Cabal. Don't get me wrong.
Ever
but at the same
in the
time,
history of Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, never.
Cabal.
But I know he has some other characters at his disposal. I've seen him stream every once in a while. Maybe just to mess around, but I know Kirbo's probably going to stick with Cabal throughout.
I'm actually really surprised that he doesn't, just like back in the day, have that Pocket Johnny up his sleeve.
Yeah.
Very well might, but has just made Cabal work, so shout outs to him. Shouts to Perfect Legend for the raid. Thank you so much, Perfect Legend. Perfect Legend, who was also in the bracket this week and did some damage, and I can't wait to see what he does in future weeks. So shoutouts. Get into game.
Thank you very much.
Game number 4 here. Trying to draw first blood and splash, and gets Kirbo to press the button. I can't even say as a commentator why people get hit by that, because I get hit by that.
Yeah, I get hit by that a solid 95% of the time. But again, the trip guarding is so beautiful by Kirbo. Yeah, using these air-to-airs. Kirbo's eating a lot of damage early on. He gets off his breakaway super early, and the rest of the game looks just like this, where he gets just put in the corner. He needs to be a lot more careful at the beginning of these rounds. He almost has his breakaway again, so it's going to be up to him to keep that.
I love his use, though. He is losing every area. That's going to be a big punish, though. No breakaway. Still need one more mix-up to do the job. Not close up for the reset. He cashes out on it all, though.
This is definitely not going to kill, but it might put Splash.
This is doing way more than I thought, man.
It's not going to be enough just yet, but Splash doesn't have a lot of defensive meter, but that will certainly do it. Very nice read by Kirbo there.
That was an odd spot to go for an up 3, because Cabal didn't have the movement there to get close enough, I think, or have the strings that would have been advanced far enough.
I think Splash was trying to read a jump in of some sorts. I'm not really too sure, but it definitely worked.
It is really good at anti-air, isn't it? That up 3. That's 3 air airs that he has lost already in this game. I'd like to see Kirbo try to implement a little, maybe a little more instant jump normals. He's trying to do that late jump too, just to catch him trying to anti or catch him swinging on the ground.
We saw a little bit of a mistake by Kirbo getting off his breakaway at the end of that combo, but then eating Splash's reversal up 2, getting some damage of his own. Gets clipped by the 1-2. A little bit of a drop there by Splash. He needs to tighten up here. He wants to be able to finish his set now, because against a player like Kirbo, you do not want to take this to a game 5.
If Splash is able to take this round, has the crushing blow loaded on the throw, by the way. This is life alert now for Kirbolicious here on the winner's side.
Kirbo needs to be very careful. If he gets opened up, he is going to explode. Splash has the crushing blow at the ready. He has tons of damage to work with these mid-screen combos. If Kirbo gets opened up more than once,
there we go.
Curtains.
That's what I was about to mention. I would like to see a little more of those instant jump normals paying off there. Too many air-to-airs lost. Good position now for Kirbo. Plenty of meter.
Oh god.
But now terrible position.
Crushing blow is spent. Splash has the corner positioning, spending everything he has, forcing Kirbo off of his resources as well. This is getting really close.
Wow, what a call out to Kirbo. A little too many staggers on just the 1-1 of that string. He's been mixing up so well. Finally called out by Splash, and a couple hits away now. Doesn't get the 2-2 to connect fully on the air-to-air, but gets him on the... But lucky that Splash did not press the button there, or otherwise he'd have been dead. But Splash gonna come off the meter again. Catch Kirbo going for the counter poke, and that is death. Splash Man, happy birthday. Winners finals.
That was just a slugfest. That entire, not even just the game, just the entire set was a slugfest. Unfortunately, for Kirbo, he got caught pressing buttons, trying to counter poking. You just can't really do that every single time against this variation of WoW. So very well played to Splash, and he's going to be moving forward. Valiant effort, though, by Kirbo. I really liked what I saw.
Yeah, you can just see the skill that is there to you know, early on set the tone of, I'm not gonna, and I'm gonna go ahead and curse here a little bit, but to you know, say, I'm not gonna take your shit in this corner, and to have that flawless block ready on the jump in, and then to have Splash make all those counter adjustments to the tone that, again, Kirbo set with that. You know, we saw the empty jump start to come in, and the way the Splash was able to mix things up. But I saw a bulk of the damage come from just those reads that we're used to seeing Splash make. I don't know if they're reads at this point because of Kung Lao's jump kick, but a lot of weight for a stagger and anything like that. And then he got so much mileage off of those air-to-airs by just doing jump kick in the neutral and catching them. And I saw so much damage led by that. But other than that, Kirbo, well played. You're still in this tournament. We'll see what happens on the loser side.
And not to mention the air-to-airs as well, man.
Yeah.
Splash won like every single one of those. And that adds up, especially if you're Kung Lao. He does a lot of damage off of like the little stray hits that he could possibly get. You know, those could still get 26, 27% every single time, leading in the pressures. So Kirbo, looking back on this, is probably going to try and focus more on winning those air-to-airs. And honestly, if he won even just a couple more of those instead, would have seen at least a game 5 out of him. But if you move to the loser side, we'll be seeing him again later on. And I believe that brings us to Full Auto versus Abyss, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, indeed. And we were talking about Full Auto's run here at the Kolosseum back-to-back weeks has just been amazing. Just amazing.
It's really like, and it's really cool to see some of that because Full Auto's been around for a while, and he's been putting in work, but he still was kind of considered like a little bit more of a dark horse throughout, you know, like Injustice 2 and things like that. And I've watched him progressively just improve, and now he's at this point where, you know, winning last week over, you know, his entire path. I don't even remember the scalps that he took to win
all
last
of them.
week, but I know
It was,
I know it was a lot.
As it turns out, he collected all of them in that bracket last week. Just upsets upon upsets upon upsets, and then back-to-back top 8. Number 1 in points, number 1 seed. It's going to be looking really good. Just has to stay consistent throughout these 8 weeks, and is looking like a favorite to make that finale already, just because of the tone that he set by dominating these brackets like he has. So shouts to Full Auto, and was one of my, believe it or not, one of my biggest dark horses going into LCQ. And at one of the locals that happened on that Friday, I believe got fourth, 3rd or 5th at one of that big, one of those big locals.
He definitely made like, I'm pretty sure it was top 4 at the very least, which is really good momentum for him because he was doing consistently better every single week that we saw him in these online tournaments. Not even just in Kolosseum, but in other things as well. Even just watching other people's streams, running into him on Combat League, he's been ripping and tearing straight through. But now he's going up against Abyss. Not to mention that Full Auto this week still beat, you know, Koizi, beat Illusions, got a 3-1 over Gur to make it into the top 8 this week.
Yeah, and this
but
was Gur's first week.
Was it his first week?
Yeah, I if I remember correctly, and my memory's terrible, but I'm pretty sure Gur did not play in week number 1, and just ran into a fiery hot Full Auto. So feel free to correct me on that if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was Gur's first week and missing out on top 8, coming as one of the favorites. That just goes to show you the strength of the competition here, baby.
And speaking of competition, he's going up against Abyss, who got the early upset over Honeybee, as I mentioned earlier. Beating Get Wrecked. Unfortunately lost the splash, and then beat Get Wrecked again to make it into top 8, as we see him here right now. So while Full Auto is a formidable opponent, so is Abyss. And this is going to be Abyss's like big debut. Let's see if he has what it takes to take down Full Auto.
Yeah, Full Auto now probably is this. He's like, wait a minute, you're in my home, and gonna be saving that down to a crushing blow. That was actually really smart by Full Auto to save that early on, and still having access to a launcher to force the breakaway. That was some next level thinking ahead by Full Auto.
That's when you know he puts in the time with his character, which we really, honestly, as strong as Sindel is, we don't see much of her. So he's kind of like one of the big mains for Sindel, and you see how much he's been working at you know, really just getting comfortable with his character. But Abyss has a super comfortable life lead. He doesn't need to take any risks.
Yeah,
as we all know, Sindel's crushing blow is like the scariest thing in the game. You press anything, you're going to eat 40%. And Abyss knows that. He doesn't need to make any sort of risk. He can just sit back.
Yeah, and honestly, right here, I wouldn't even be afraid. I mean, he had the reaction with the teleport there anyway. But from that range, does Sindel have anything outside of that low scream to really threaten the straight shadow toss? The mid check, and at worst, what, get a trade?
Not really. And Abyss, especially, he knows how to deal with situations like that. He's just going to keep jumping back and get that whiff punish on it. But now this is very different. Full Auto has the corner pressure. He's getting a lot more mileage out of being aggressive, so I expect him to start going in a little bit more.
Yeah, and this is where Abyss has to kind of close that gap simply because of the health deficit. Needs to make up for that. Nice! Flawless block and punish on that. Good breakaway by Full Auto. Gonna maintain control here. And this could be a massive waste or the start of the greatest comeback of the Kolosseum tonight.
I am always very skeptical about really fatal blows like this, but the comeback factor of seeing Devil makes me believe. So we'll have to wait and see. Abyss needs to play super careful because, again, Full Auto still has that crushing blow with the screen. So if Abyss makes one mistake, that fatal blow was for nothing.
He's got to stay out of that range. Puts himself in it here. What a jump by full auto overneath. The poke shadow special, that is some next level stuff there. And putting up the don't come near me or you lose juice. What's that called? I know what that's called, if I'm being honest with you. Getting the trade, full auto, taking the round, but positioning favoring Abyss here.
Final round.
The positioning's favoring, he needs to go in because that corner interactable is being used way more than I thought it would. And back to the mid screen we go. Abyss with a nice little life lead. The life leads early on are going to be really important in this matchup specifically for both characters.
Yeah, that's what determines which character has to go in.
Gets clipped by the overhead. The staggers by Sindel off of the 4-4 are super strong, and I think Fulato's starting to realize that this is where he needs to be right now. Up close and personal going up against.
Playing this aggressive, wait out that wake up. That covers really everything right there, Biddy. It covers every single wake up, covers the interactable attempt, covers the delay too. Nice and meaty.
Oh no, that was a huge drop. That could have done so much damage. Fulauto had no breakaway to be able to get away from that. That is going to hurt Abyss if he doesn't come back from this.
Oh, this is getting crazy. Hot and heavy here in the corner, but that was a nice little push away with the low shadow. Gonna wait this out. It's scared to press a button. That would be 2. That's a crushing blow sitting there waiting for you still. 104 health left for Abyss. And oh no!
I mean, how do you deal with this? How do you come back from this if you're Abyss? Yeah, there's too much full screen presence.
Yeah, couldn't go in. Had to get away. There was still the fatal blow. And didn't want to risk walking backwards because he was still in that scream range, right? And so thought that he could jump and still get out of it. Not going to be there. Full auto taking game number 1. I'd have kind of done the same thing. I'd have been like, let me just get out of the ranges of all of her stuff and then try to zone this out or make one really big aggressive read with like a teleport. But that scream is a very, very... How do I say it? It's a very strong presence on the screen.
It is a...
It's one of the strongest presence on the screen
that you could ever ask for. But you know what? Full auto, I'm going to say this, he got a little bit lucky there. Abyss dropping that corner combo was everything in that third round. Again, though, even just some that most people probably aren't even thinking about right now, the stage is different. That corner interactable was super important for both of those players. And now, I don't think there's really any of those going on, at least on the left corner of the stage. So the corner pressure is going to be really strong for whoever gets there first.
Getting clipped by that forward two, and something that I don't think anyone's really talked about, again, Sindel's kind of rarely seen, is that her ability to hit from in that hair flip and reverse sides is actually really strong. It's very under talked about when it comes to kind of what makes her a really strong character. That just adds on to it. That's just bacon bits on top of the top tier salad.
Agreed. Nice little goes for the jump kick into the low sparks. I like it. And then, again, full auto. Oh, and that's 100% death. You know what? It's honestly not the worst way. Granted, you're losing the round, but now that's out of... Like, I consider that a win to get that crushing blow out of the way. Because that is just one of the scariest things about Sindel as a character.
If you're going to get hit by crushing blows, like the larger threat ones, you play so much more comfortable from here on out. You actually kind of feel a little more settled.
Yeah, and let it happen early, and now he really doesn't have to worry about that. If he can manage to take this second round, he'll be looking much more comfortable going into round number 3, but... Okay, now he's just trying to throw it. That's a little cheeky.
That was... oh, here we go.
It just goes for the double down, too, because of the breakaway. Oh, nice little pick up there off of the up, too. Okay.
Still active out there. Gets a weird little air-to-air with the jump. Nice jump 2, and here we go. Should have a damage and another drop back-to-back, Big D. The 2, I mean, he had...
Okay. That was almost a disaster for Abyss, but it worked out really well for him. Even though he lost the corner positioning, he did get an escape failed. So the next grab that connects is going to do a lot of damage. And again, round number 3, not really any crushing blows on the favor of full auto, puts Abyss in a much more favorable position.
Thought he had no scream to respect, and then you saw forward 4, which kind of covers the same range and the same distance. This has been a wonderful round for Abyss, who finally takes the health lead now, trying to tie us up at 1-1. The down 2 step by full auto, a little too slow. Where that active jump kick comes, probably missed out on the flawless block into that string. And the neutral's been completely reset here.
You know, and spending the bar on that's really not getting full auto anywhere. So I think Abyss is going to take those just to keep full auto off of the resources. And remember, Abyss still has that grab crushing blow, and I'm sure at this point he has the tackles. So any hit confirm might actually just 100% kill here. And that's why full auto is playing so careful. 33 seconds on the clock. The clock is starting to wind down a little bit, and full auto is going to need to make something happen.
That it is. These guys are hesitant right now.
Abyss knows he doesn't need to be anywhere near it. Full auto has fatal blow. Abyss needs to stay. He pretty much just needs to stay away. 15 seconds. Full auto needs to make something happen right now. No way. Did that clip him?
No.
He's dead.
Yeah.
He's 100% dead. Clipped by the pinky toe.
He got, and we've seen it a million times. Too hesitant right there. He got too hesitant. He was like, you know, I just have to not get hit. But I feel like what he should have done was just what he was doing the entire time. Keep him at bay with those shadows. He didn't do anything for about 20 seconds straight right there, Big D. And that allowed full auto to just comfortably go up and do something. He was like, if you're not going to throw shadows, I have nothing to worry about running into, right? And that was just great for full auto. But for Abyss, he really did kind of have that there. That was a favorable position. I think he gave it up by thinking, I can just, you know, walk back, jump back, and avoid all this when you're talking about Sindel with the range of, well, Sindel.
I can't help but feel for Abyss a little bit, man. That's now the second game in a row where he made one crucial mistake and it cost him the entire game. Because otherwise, both these players are going toe for toe. Both games have gone to the third round, reasonably close in life as they got towards the end of that third round. And then Abyss just seems to make one mistake and full auto capitalizes perfectly. So Abyss can still make the comeback, but he needs to be able to tighten up these little mistakes. And from full auto, I want to see more aggression because he gets the most mileage out of being up close.
Yeah, and, you know, I think that's kind of matchup dependent, too, because we've seen him just abuse people with that low scream as well as we see there. But you're right, a lot of the mileage in this set has been off of the aggression, those forward four staggers, those scream cancel mix-ups, and just the scream in general. As long as he's in that forward four and his scream range, he seems to go from full auto to in full control.
You know, we're seeing a lot more aggression out of Abyss this time around. You can tell he's not happy with how these games have been going. Up close and personal, huge life lead.
That's a beautiful.
I still think he's going to go in. He doesn't like being full screen against full auto.
That's a beautiful slight delay too. What, talk about range? Oh no! Oh,
would fatal kill?
I don't think it's enough,
No.
but he's on life alert, and now he can put up those orbs and just start throwing those low screens. Even if,
and again, is this going to come down to one more mistake again? No, he didn't get the punish. That could have been it. Okay.
now full auto, if he wanted to, oh my goodness, I was about to say, right there, once he came off that fatal blow, if you put up the orb, what options does Abyss have in that situation? You know, other than maybe teleport, but the orbs would have got him if he teleported in, right?
Yeah, 100%. The orbs would have got him and he would have won. Full auto would have had that. But now, losing that first round, Abyss is probably feeling much better. But at the same time, he needs to play super smart. Full auto, a little bit of a life deficit, definitely going to work his way in. But against seeing double it is so hard.
I'm seeing so much more aggression in Abyss and the buttons that he is pressing right now, and loving the back-to-back in this game. Short delay, wake-up buttons, blowing up the Oki presence from full auto. That was masterfully done. And you talked about it. It was the aggression and kind of, you know, it's very uncomfortable to be full screen against Sindel. Seeing double doesn't have the actual full screen projectile to really combat the low scream. You know, the speed of the straight shadow toss isn't going to be a massive threat for Sindel. But up close, Noob Saibot's game is still really strong.
Noob Saibot.
Oh, you almost accidentally picked Nightwolf.
Whoa!
Definitely not variation. Definitely not variation 3. Nightwolf doesn't have one. Anyway, moving on back. Now, Abyss made quick work of full auto in game number 3. And it was, again, like you said, because of a lot more aggression. The aggression doesn't necessarily mean just like full on up close slobber knocking, but being able to establish presence anywhere on the map is aggression.
Yeah, and also aggression in that I saw him challenge in a lot of places where he was hesitant, especially in that game number 1, where, you know, full auto, little stagger, he was not afraid to do the down forward, just like you saw there, kind of on command, just, you know, saying, hey, I've got great buttons too. Let's start pressing them.
Again, these are the mistakes that Abyss keeps making. I'm surprised full auto didn't just go for the crushing blow right there. Abyss had no defensive need to work on. Now Abyss kind of getting clipped, and these little bits of damage are really starting to add up.
Volato off to a wonderful start here in what could be a final round. Nice anti-stand 1 coming from Abyss, and get out of the sky, the tackle. I love how the shadow just kind of teleports up, and Goldberg spears you out of the sky.
Nice little block there, and again, full auto force off his breakaway. Wait a minute. Abyss can steal this round away. He needs to be careful. Nice block on the overhead. Gets clipped by the low.
Oh, no. Rolled back into it, and now we're chip territory as long as the orb goes up, and he gets stuck in it.
What?
I mean, she fell onto the active portal. That kind of made sense to me, Big D.
No.
Yes. But that had to have had an X amount of active frames that she fell down into right there. I choose to believe that that was legit.
Okay, sick read by Abyss. Moving on into round number 2. Full auto is slowly starting to crumble here. He needs to be able to calm down and work his way in and start opening up Abyss like he was doing earlier on in the set. Because Abyss is now slowly starting to run away. Nice crushing blow. He has to capitalize as much damage as he can.
Oh, this is some big damage right here. And like we talked about earlier, I would still feel comfortable here because you came off the crushing blow when you don't have a round. So even if Full Auto takes this, you don't have to worry about that in a potential final round. So I think this could bode well for Abyss, and I feel like he should feel that way mentally.
Oh, that will definitely kill. That does so much damage. 14% off of that string. Really solid foot tool. And now full auto coming off all those resources, but at the same time taking that round is the best way to go into round number 3.
Jeez, I mean,
bits of damage.
Look, a quarter of the life was just erased by 2 down 2s right there. That was some nice max distance anti-airing, and through the spear jumps Abyss right there. Talk about a miracle jump. There were a lot of active frames.
Nice little mix-up on the back up there. No doubt, in my mind, Abyss has the Shadow Tackle crushing blow. So, again, if he gets clipped, he can clip full auto. He's going to do a lot of damage. But full auto's playing really patient and really smart right now.
Ooh, that was too much of a risk this late. And he dropped the combo, though, so this is going to give an extra life to Abyss. And what are you going to do with it?
No way. Nice little grab tech there. Abyss is not giving up just yet. Full auto dropping that could be everything here in game number 4. Will we see another?
Oh, that was beautiful. Beautiful range.
I don't know how you come back from this. How do you come back from this?
You don't go near her, and you hope that you don't get a projectile trade, and this is just a tough day at the office. But wait a minute.
Defensive meter, what's going to be the mind game on wake up?
Oh!
And then the interactable. Full auto by the skin of his teeth taking this set. Unbelievable.
That was just a wonderful set.
I have no words.
From start to end, that was just awesome to see. And full auto, back-to-back 3-1 scrambles. He had one with Gur to make this top 8. And he just, there's something about this character that he, to like his core, has connected with because he is so clutch. He has such a presence on the screen with this character that I've only seen really click with him. You know, we've seen other great Sindels and trying to break it out in tournament, but this is different. It just feels different, looks different.
I mean, and he's been putting in work with Sindel, like we mentioned before, and even then through like the little, besides the fact that he's been leveling up with Sindel as a whole, as a player, you could tell when he makes those mistakes, he still isn't scrambling, you know. I've seen him do that in the past, and to see him kind of like mentally improve in situations, close situations like what we just saw, is a really good sign for the future if you're full auto. Well played by Abyss, just a few crucial mistakes early on in the set. That's really honestly what caught him, but otherwise, that was virtually even, in my opinion.
Yeah, really good stuff. If you are Abyss, listen, you got top 8, you got plenty of points on the season, plenty of experience. we'll be seeing you in future weeks for sure. And while I got you guys here, because I just saw another $20 donation from Tagio. Thank you so much. If you guys would like to contribute to the prize pool right now, there's only for the finale. We're at $1,634.80. Thank you so much to everyone. The support has been unreal.
And you don't even need to donate. There's plenty of ways to be able to contribute to the Matcherino. Just head to the website. You'll be able to pretty much navigate it super easy. But again, this is like what we talked about in the beginning of the stream, is that this is completely crowdfunded by you guys. So your support is what makes this keep going. So do everything that you can. You see it in the chat. Use that coupon code MKCOLO to add 50 cents to the pot for free. Literally nothing else you have to do.
Yeah.
So do it. If everyone in this chat did that, you'd be looking at a way bigger prize pot.
Yeah, there's a limit to the coupon. We have not hit it yet. We have not hit that limit so far, so guys, go ahead and use that coupon code. And unlimited usage of the sponsor quest. If you guys go to that page, I have it pulled up on the stream for you guys. Do a couple of retweets. Adds free money to the pot as well. Free money to the pot. Or you can donate directly, just like so many have. I have to give massive shout-outs to Soul Warrior. Soul Warrior, massive contributor. That one got away from me for the Kolosseum. And our partner here, my guy who does the graphics with a $500 donation as well, Soul Warrior in the what 300s, Tagio up there every stream donating. Thank you guys so much. Business Bat Vertigo, you guys are the top guys, and I like that you guys leave little notes in here. Lady Elmo in here, the $40 donation says, "My ma and I live for MK." Little things like that are just incredible to see. Serial Killer donating $25. Probably not the safest bet there.
Terrifying, but thank you.
But says the Kolosseum making quarantines fun again. So thank you guys so much for your contributions. It's been awesome. That's what these guys get to play for at the end of the season. And my bad. There you go. There's Big D. I didn't have you on the screen for a second. I apologize. I had that.
Yeah, because I'm on time. I'm like, wait, where did I go?
Okay, listen. I had to. I couldn't read the numbers, so I had to make it full screen. My bad. If you guys saw my setup, you'd understand. But what was I gonna say there? Yeah. So if that finale prize pool reaches $2,000, which we're really close to, I'm gonna open up a Matcherino for every single week, so that these guys can play for something every single week, no matter how much it is. You know, just because. And you know, but I wanted there to be something substantial for the finale kind of set before doing that.
Yeah, and again, it's like, we really just can't say it enough, is that this is fully supported by you guys, and we are floored by the amount of support that we've been getting from you all. So please keep it up. You guys are what helps makes this thing go. And like sets like that exist because of you guys.
Exactly.
And this is another set that I'm expecting to go the absolute distance. Now, I'm going to be geeking out a little bit because Nightwolf boys, and that's just what it is. Like,
I mean,
I'm never going to change.
I mean, do it.
So I'm going to. And obviously, King Gambler is going to go with Matoken Warrior. It's just the most solid variation. And Sameach going with Katana. Katana is definitely one of the more hot topics going into the meta recently. Is if, you know, she has finally found her place, honestly, in top-notch gameplay. And Sameach has been playing her from the start on and off. So we'll have to wait and see if it's enough to deal with Gambler's Nightwolf. If not, though, I would expect to see a switch to Cassie later on.
Yeah, that's kind of been the double-edged sword of Sameach's attack here in MK11 has been these two characters. This Katana keeps looking better and better the more that we see it, though. I'm loving those extended combos, the big girl damage, and we're seeing Katana kind of be reborn here in Mortal Kombat 11. Perhaps.
Just maybe. I mean, she has a lot of utility bringing to the table. Sameach is going with Fanfare, so that is variation 1. Not going with Fearless, which, honestly, in my opinion, might be the way to go. But still, Gambler going for, you know, keeping the combos nice and simple. Nightwolf hits like a truck, man. It doesn't really matter how the combo goes. That's at least 27% every single time he touches you. A nice little roll away there. Spends the bar, realized that late on. Still taking that first round.
Well, I think either way he had to come off the bar, but he thought that he had to keep it unbreakawayable, I think. That's why he went to the shoulder rather than the tomahawk chop. And, ooh, didn't have any bar, but hey, that's kind of a win-win scenario for you right there.
Yeah, that is a win-win if you're a King Gambler. He didn't even have enough meter to really continue on with that combo, but I don't think Sameach really saw that. And again, this pressure by Nightwolf, it's so simple but so effective. And one more touch is 100% going to do it if Gambler will pull up. Oh, and that's a trap.
The up three not having the range right there. You guys just saw a pop-up. I still haven't announced it or done the graphic for it, but thank you so much to Noble for throwing in a prize package from Logitech to the winner. They just reached out and said, hey, we have a Logitech package. We're going to give it to the winner of the Kolosseum.
Oh, nice factory meaty there. Gambler is looking really strong.
That was scary.
Nightwolf. Yeah, that was a dominant performance.
If you are, you know, also shouts to this win screen, by the way.
But best outro in the game. You can't convince me otherwise.
If you are a Nightwolf player like you are, you're watching that and going, he's just doing everything right, and this is the Nightwolf way.
The Terminator.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Wait.
Okay. Sameach has picked this once before in the Kolosseum, and he shredded someone. Went into the chat and said, "I just mixed" or something. It was something so savage. It was the most uncharacteristic Sameach thing I've ever seen, and here we go.
Yeah, but you know what? At the same time, on paper, this is a really solid pick because Nightwolf wants to be up close and personal.
Yeah.
And Terminator does that but better.
And guess who just wants to give you a hug?
And he's about to get some hugs, man. This is going to be a slugfest. There's not going to be any zoning to be had.
Yeah, this is one of those slugfests that I think you just love playing, where there's going to be just an up-close battle, constant guesses, and look at that whip punish of those stand one. Wow, we're getting started early.
Wow, going for the down two. You know what? That's a solid trade for Gambler. Nice little forward grab there. Going into the OP. The only zoning is going to be coming from Gambler, for sure.
I wonder if that beats out every option at worst off of the 1-2-1. Didn't look like it did. Oh! There wasn't even a projectile. It just sent the hit animation back to him.
Nice little blocks there by Sameach. He's playing very patient going up against the pressure with Nightwolf's standing one string.
Oh, here we go.
This should be death, actually.
Close. It's gonna be applied. The side switch. One more mix.
Oh
no.
You're dead. Actually, you know what? This isn't gonna do
Could he have
enough. No, it's not gonna be enough just yet. But now he has full screen positioning and a couple arrows with 2 bars.
He could have, if he loses this. Oh my goodness, I was sweating. He had the bar, and Sameach did not have the defensive bar to survive just a full combo nut. If he'd have come off the Tomahawks, the Rising Tomahawks, I think would have had it on pure damage alone. But those decisions in milliseconds, you know, it's easy for you to sit back and go, yeah, you can see that Sameach doesn't have defensive bar, but when you're in the heat of the moment, you can miss out on stuff like that.
Yeah, it was almost a disaster, but you know what? Gambler was able to walk away from that. And then he's using a down 4 a lot, which I actually don't usually see. Maybe Gambler uses it, but I don't really see a lot of other Nightwolf players use down 4. But it's really interesting to see how. Oh my!
We're talking about like the optimal punish. He's like, I have enough time here to forward 2. That's how much you've whiffed. And I think he's doing that just to counter the down 4 range of Terminator, who has a really good down 4.
Oh no! This is actually one mix.
Oh no!
What's it gonna be?
Overcommits to the 1-2-1, and Gambler gonna take game number 2. And this is.
Wait a minute.
What is Sameach gonna do here?
Nightwolf wins.
I think he's gonna get off Terminator. I don't know. He didn't really have that comfortability that I would expect out of it. Okay,
so Sameach actually got burned, I think, for being Sameach right there.
Yeah.
He went for the safer option rather than just 50-50 in the fatal blow, which would have been a lot safer on whiff, sadly, than the 1-2-1 that he committed to that got him killed.
Ladies and gentlemen, if it's one thing you take away from this stream, is that with some characters, being too textbook is a problem.
Exactly.
And that's what you just saw. That is 100% what you just saw. But now he's going for, you know, the comfort zone. He's going with Cassie.
Sometimes,
but he has a lot of work to do, man. King Gambler's already up 2-0.
Sometimes you gotta risk it, okay, chat? That's what we're getting at. Sometimes you gotta risk it.
Round 1, fight.
And he risked it already with those first 2 games with these picks. So it is now going to be up to him to pretty much stay locked in to Digital Soldier for the remainder of the set. And he's got, like I said, he has a lot of work to do. But again, these down 4s into the striker grab, Gambler has almost perfected that playstyle.
And this,
even going with Scarlet and then into Nightwolf.
yeah, what a shocking kind of change that we saw from Gambler to be this, you know, kind of space wizard with Scarlet to this offensive monster that was birthed upon Nightwolf's release and has since been terrorizing these brackets.
Oh, doesn't get the hit confirm off of the 1-1-1. That could have been a huge amount of damage.
Oh.
Sameach doesn't have the breakaway. And honestly, yeah, he's going to spend both bars here, and this is definitely going to kill. Gambler on set point already.
This has been 5 straight rounds. I'm getting nowhere near my Game 5 button, and it's pissing me off. I just want to press those buttons. Honestly, this has been such fire gameplay from Gambler that I'm going to set the scoreboard on fire anyway. There we go. The scoreboard is officially on fire. We don't have a Game 5, but this has been some hot gameplay coming from the token.
Insane.
Oh, and it's gone. I just turned the fire off. The man's jaw is broken.
Yeah, but you know what? You might want to have it back at the ready because that could have been the momentum that Sameach needs. Look at the difference now. Look at how much more, honestly, just satisfied he is with this corner pressure. Little bits of damage. That's what Cassie goes for. Standing one. Going into the grab, 14%. Honestly, he could just play a little bit more safe here.
Woo! And it's gonna take the round, Sameach with that. Oh man, we just got dabbed on, by the way. I'm gonna dab on everyone in the chat. But that 1-2, you're right, could change everything, and someone like Sameach can take that and run away with an entire set. Never out of it. You can't count out a machine until after it's destroyed.
Now, and I did talk to Sameach. We actually played a little bit at Final Combat. We did this matchup specifically. He loves this matchup as Cassie. So I'm wondering if he's going to be able to make this comeback. But King Gambler has played Sameach in the past and has done reasonably well. But again, this is where Sameach likes to play. This is how he likes to play as well. Look at how much more defensive he is.
Yeah,
that's what Cassie brings to the table. That's what she does best.
We were talking about all the risks that you can and should take as Terminator, and then you look at Cassie and you go, what risks are you going to take? What risks are there to take with a character like Cassie?
There's only 40 seconds left on the clock. Wow, Sameach or Gambler just going in for a dash-up grab. He realizes that he's running out of time here. The clock is not on his side, but now slowly starting to run with it. Away with it.
And there was a flawless block up 3 attempt by Sameach. Still got the hit. And what's going to be able to knock down here by Gambler. He's mixed this up so well, and the disrespect by Sameach. We're seeing it late here.
17 seconds on the clock. Sameach is running out of time here.
And the health is dwindling. Needs one confirmation. Gambler can now officially just wait this out. Even against the throws, all you got to do is block.
Yeah, that's it. There's nothing that Sameach can do. Gambler is going to be able to take this set 3-0 and the buff just to show off. That was honestly perfect. He used Sameach's playstyle completely against him.
That was an excellent closeout. Took a little bit of a risk right there with the 1-1-1 that he threw after the jump in. That kind of made me sweat a little bit because, again, you didn't have to press any button. You could have taken the grabs and you still would have run right there. So I would like to see Gambler not take the massive risk, but maybe just want to close it out. He had a 2-0 lead, a little bit comfortable probably, but still able to take it. Sameach going out for the weak. Gambler going to move along, and it's going to be Gambler versus Kirbo. That should be a nice slobber knocker too. Up close battle.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, that's going to be sick. But again, and especially when you were talking about risk earlier, Gambler took a huge risk. He just went for a forward dash into a grab in the neutral. Doing that against Cassie when she has buttons like back 2 and forward 1 is like one of the most riskiest things you could do in that matchup. But that's what he did. It managed to pay off, and he got a couple little extra hits, and then he just took a knee and ran out the clock.
And, you know, I had a thought on that, and then I forgot because I'm over here pressing buttons. So I forgot what I was going to say. Anyways.
So now let me ask, who are we going to have next? Are we going to keep King Gambler in here, or are we going to move on forward with winners?
I think that, well, what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. We will come back, and then we will go bottom up. So we'll go, I'm going to go to the top of the losers. I'm going to go Turkey full auto just to give Gambler a little bit of a breather. We'll go Turkey full auto, Kirbo versus Gambler. And let me update the bracket so that I can show them this as well.
Okay.
Give me one second, chat. Bam. All right. This is going to work, and my file is going to go through the internet, and it should pop up an updated bracket here any moment on the back end. Let's see if it is. Technology at work. Oh, yeah. There's an updated bracket for you guys. We're going to do Turkey versus Full Auto when we come back. Kerbalicious versus King Gambler. And then we'll go on to winners, finals, Splash versus Combat. This has been exciting, but I want to see more Game 5s. We saw 6 Game 5s last top 8, and y'all have been letting us down. These have been some washes out here.
Yeah, a couple 3-0s, 3-1s. Granted, they were good games, but, at the same time, you don't get to use that beautiful button of yours. Not yet.
Try it.
We still have plenty of more matches to go.
I'm trying to ignite the stadium, ignite the crowd. As
yeah, you're better than I am, man. I'd be using it anyway.
It's just boom fire, boom fire, boom fire, boom fire. So we are working on something for the finale too to make things even better, guys. My graphics guy is going over the top for this. I'm really excited to see what he's cooking up for us for that finale, but that's a lot of weeks away. So guys, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back with some more Mortal Kombat. Don't go anywhere. Turkey versus Full Auto coming up next.
Welcome to pixelpro.io, a platform full of resources for content creators, with over 250 being completely free. In 2020, we aim to expand this library with over 100 new resources, including 2 new resource types. Alongside our free resources is our marketplace. This is where artists and designers can open up a shop to sell pre-designed graphics. Shop owners can expand their reach, and content creators get even more options when looking for graphics. This year, we will be releasing new versions of graphics packs through Drusif Designs, bringing more tools and value to content creators. From content creators just starting out to well-established communities, we are here to give you more options to build and grow. This is pixelpro.io.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Kolosseum, week number 2, top 8. I was going to say here on something, but that is not the line that I use on the Kolosseum because it is just the Kolosseum. Let's go! It's just us, baby. What's going on, Big D? Welcome back.
This has been wild, man. I'm still, I know we're, sets beyond it. I'm still thinking about Full Auto versus Abyss. Low key, I'm still thinking about that. That was easily my pick of the night so far as fights go. But just take a look at that bracket, man. Winners finals, we got Splash versus Combat, which is going to be coming up in a little bit. But I believe you said we're going to go with Turkey versus Full Auto next.
Yeah,
right?
and I'm really interested. This is a very highly talked about matchup for, very, very seldom do I get to talk about matchups where Kodokan's a popular subject, but I can't speak for him, but I'm curious what the pick from Turkey is going to be right here. Because a lot of people early on think that Bullock might be kind of a troublesome matchup for her.
I would really like to see Bullock. And
that's exactly what we get here.
I think that's the way to go. So now it's going to be using full autos, defensive, pretty much his defensive kit that he brings to the table with Sindel against him, because Bullock is very much a damn Dark Souls character.
So here's the thing. Thank you so much for the donations, guys. I see everyone popping those sponsor quests, and you guys can see it on the left too. And shout outs to Arturo Sanchez, NYC Furby, for Young Art for giving me that custom notification for Matcherino and for getting me set up with Matcherino. But this is a matchup where she has to play aggressive. There's no other way around it. Otherwise, he's just going to get to level 3 and then turn into that God mode, that Dark Souls character. And Kodokan is going to be a threat to her in that post forward 4 up 3 game as well, because forward 2 is going to be a constant check, and it's a battle of big range and harassment by both of these characters.
And again, this is already working out way more for Turkey than if he were to go Ascension. This is exactly what he wants to do. Even if he takes that little bit of trade, he's going to put up those totems, and Sindel, especially in this variation, isn't going to do a ton of damage.
And I think there, oh, here we go. Didn't go for the crushing blow, but hey, kept it nice and simple. We got some decent damage out there.
Oh, no.
And the crushing blow erases.
He's going to spend it.
Yep.
Yeah, he has to spend it. 37 seconds left on the clock. Will be stopping it right in its tracks. And this is going to get full out of the life lead to the point where Turkey is going to need to be careful taking the trades to get those totems out. He might just need to go in. Yeah, and he does.
Oh, no. That would have killed if you would have hit confirmed into the paddle rather than the disc. Could have put up a God Ray right there, but he's going to go for ship out anyway. I would like to have seen him do a very Kodokan thing, because that's only -2. You have plenty of time to get out the God Ray, and without that crushing blow available, there's no way Sindel was going to kill you. Maybe a little bit of a risk, but Turkey's still playing this really well, and you can see just what keeps her at bay here, which is...
You know, I'm surprised he's not throwing out that, what is it, the standing 4 that got changed?
Oh, yeah, baby.
That is so good.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. Even at level 2, that's a command grab. Level 3 now. Everybody panic.
And this is the part where you start hearing the boss music. Oh, God, that does so much damage. And honestly, as Sindel, what do you do? With this much of a life deficit, what do you do?
So, Gross infamously put it best. You implement what's called the PTG method. You pray to God. God Ray!
I miss him.
Oh, this is all she wrote, and this is the
man.
Dark Souls character that I only get to upplay in these kind of matchups, where if he has the room to get to that, level, Bullock looks absolutely broken, and everyone has the right to say what they do, in my opinion.
I'm going to say this right now. Full Auto needs to switch variations, because the defensive style against Bullock is not going to work.
Yeah.
He tried it, and we saw exactly what we thought we were going to see. It was literally just Turkey setting up those totems, taking a trade, and then not having to be worried about anything else.
Sindel.
And I think he's still stuck with Royal Identity. It was a little bit too quick for
Yeah.
him. Getting old, man. I'm pretty sure he's stuck.
He went left, which is V3. 40% sure? About 40% sure. You're maybe a pick to V1 may have been better, just for 2 reasons. Again, a little more options in your offense to combo and do more damage, but the length of combo has also helped versus totems.
Right, absolutely. But he does stick with the variation 3 again. I think Full Auto's going to get more aggressive, kind of like what we saw out of him versus Abyss earlier. But Sindel has a lot of trouble keeping Total from throwing out those totems. Again, Turkey gets the life lead, little bits of damage, and now he just doesn't care. And trying to get these trades here, maybe trying to use that crushing blow with the damage buff from the parry. Oh, gets clipped by the forward two, and again, just setting up another totem and just taking his time.
And he's so smart that he's confirming in the disc on all the hits, just so he can set up those totems and rebuild the space. So smart. Here from Turkey. I actually am taking notes.
Honestly, and he's playing the matchup perfectly. It's just like you said, he's going for the disc to get full screen advantage because ending in that little, what is it, the con cut keeps Kolosseum way too close.
Yeah, well,
He doesn't want that.
way too close and a little bit less hit advantage as well.
Right. He wants that positioning, and he wants to get enough hit advantage to be able to put out these totems.
Oh,
no.
And that is death.
This is still going to kill. Yeah, that will 100% kill.
But-
Totems are out of play just in time.
But again, for Turkey, it's as if you want this. You want him to be off the crushing blow. You want him to be off of that fatal blow. Because now, what's his threat to you just continuing to do what you've been doing this entire time, which is winning?
Yeah. He's completely okay with that. Yeah, of course he lost a round, but at the same time, that was probably the most expensive way full auto could possibly close out that round. So I think Turkey's a little bit okay with that. And again, it's just right back to putting out those totems. Taking the trade if he has to.
Oh, it's so close to getting the double level 3, but this is still better than nothing.
Yeah.
And you're able to go up, offensive. Yep, there you go, just rebuilding it. And you can just cycle those
Yes.
so long against this variation of Sindel, and you're seeing the issue at hand. It's because once he's where he is, he's untouchable.
Oh, got clipped by the overhead twice in a row. He needs to be able to watch his dome there. And now he's just going in.
But all that
Trying to get a
patience-
little bit more of a life lead before sitting back again.
Oh, he's coming off it.
I think he needed to. Kolosseum has no defensive meter. I think Turkey's going to stay in on him. He just needs to get aggressive. He needs to time his meaties just a little bit more, though.
Wonderful block on the overhead. Wow.
Oh, that was a little bit dangerous there. But now Full Auto doesn't really have a lot of resources. No fatal blow. Still has a little bit less defensive meter. Turkey doesn't really have a lot of life left to deal with this.
Full
But there's
auto.
17 seconds on the clock.
Oh no, he didn't get the fatal blow! Oh my gosh, that might cost him everything here. And you know, you hate to see it because we've all been there. That confirmation, you hit both of the triggers and it doesn't come out. Sometimes it just doesn't if you're off by a millisecond. We've all been there, and that is a ultimate feels bad man right there for Turkey. Easily was about to send that to another round, but Full Auto, got to give credit where credit's due, weathered so much of that storm that game to put himself in a winning position there at the end.
I mean, you have to have stamina going into this matchup. For either player, you just need to be able to stay calm and really just be willing to let the clock run out. But man, literally anything. He didn't even need the fatal blow there. He could have just converted into a disc, threw up a sunlight, and just ran out the clock if he really wanted to. But just
the more you think about it, like okay,
that hurts.
Like the more you think about it, the more you realize that fighting against Bullock is literally a Dark Souls battle. You have to weather such like once it gets loaded, you just have to wait it out and avoid the big hits and look for your chance to get a little bit of damage in, and then look for a weakness.
Man,
you know,
take some hits. Take some hits, drink the Estus flask, and get back to work.
Yep, and then get back to work.
And that's exactly what we're seeing out of here. Gonna be rocking the same thing. I don't expect Turkey to come off Bullock at all, especially in this matchup. And I'm liking a little bit more bit of aggression that I'm seeing, but I would like to see a little bit more grabs. I need to be seeing him have different ways of opening up Full Auto, because now he's at a huge life loss. And even though he's being aggressive, what are these damage totems gonna do when he's full screen?
Yeah, this is where Bullock, you know, and this is
oh god,
he has literally one hit from dying right now. Oh my goodness.
Speaking of that life deficit I mentioned earlier,
never happened.
He touched Full Auto once, by the way.
Never happened. Burning in the sun, praise it.
And now he has a life lead. I'm not sure what happened the past 20 seconds, but
and doesn't have that flawless block down. It's crucial. Oh no, just outside the fatal blow range and coming in hot and ready like a Little Caesar's pizza, burning with the sun at his back was Turkey right there. And look at his health lead. He can put out the sun. Oh, has to watch out for the fatal blow though.
He's just gonna sit there. He's gonna let the time go out. Yeah, the nice little. That wasn't even a punish. Full Auto was going for something else. Man, you heard Phase 2 boss music coming out.
Oh yeah,
like something was about to happen. But that was really smart. Again, that's the talk of the stamina that we mentioned earlier. You have to be willing to sit there and do nothing sometimes.
And you know, that's Bullet Kotal Khan. You can play so well, but if you let him get it up one time, health bars are a laughable matter for Bullet Kotal Khan if he's at level 3. So he did a great job of keeping him off it and staying aggressive. But this variation isn't very rewarding of that, is it?
No, definitely not. Oh, goes for the unbreakable. He's just getting more aggressive, and that is going to cost him. That big crushing blow coming in hot. And Full-Auto's just going to cash out on it. Turkey opting not to break away. A little bit interesting.
Oh, big damage on deck. It gets the load off the defensive bar. This is looking good for Turkey. Looking for the 2-1 lead now. Can forward 2-check if he wants to, but so smart not to. That was a win-win.
I am so shocked that still didn't connect. That's somebody following around anywhere, and that is 100% death. Very nice by Turkey. Answering back nice and strong here. We might, the way this is going, you might finally get to use that Game 5 button.
I'm hoping so, and will we see the upset of the #1 seed? Turkey coming in as 6 in points with these performances and putting this Kotal on the map.
I need to talk about something real quick,
What?
man. Why is that sunlight there for like the entire 12 hours of a normal day?
Because it takes 12 hours to get out.
All right, that's fair. Too.
Especially when he sends it. Not only does he have the regular where he summons it and he's like, praise the sun. He says 17 prayers to the Aztecian gods. And then he's recovered. But then he'll amplify it and send it. And then he does this entire Shao Kahn laughing pointing animation for about 20 years. So come on.
And, all right, you know what? It's a little bit exaggerated.
I mean,
but I'm gonna give
absolutely.
you that.
But
I'm gonna give you that.
But when you have like 1 health, it's the most broken thing on the planet.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna upplay either.
No, I wouldn't expect that out of you. I respect it wholeheartedly. And now going into game #4, Turkey.
I believe that he
on
can,
the verge.
I believe he can sneak a down one in there as well if he pairs the forward 2. I'm not 100%. It works similar to Kotal Khan's forward 2 as well in the mirror.
Still again, just going for the little bits of damage. I love how Turkey is adapting to the defensive playstyle. Nice little back grab by Full Auto. I need to see Full Auto getting in. Like this is what he needs to be doing to stop Turkey from putting out those totems, because otherwise he just has to start all over.
Getting a little bit of health back there. Bathing in the glow. This is a very when this character you're not gonna see it in Bullock, but when this skin came out and I saw it for the first time on like the image that they released, I was like, it isn't really that cool. But here when it's rendered in game, I love this skin for Kotal Khan.
Yeah, it looks really good. I was a little bit skeptical on it as well, but I like seeing it in action. Oh god, and that hurts. That's
300.
almost gonna help seal the deal for this round, as long as Turkey keeps playing like this.
332. Have a nice day off of just the parry, and imagine that on top of the totems. Over half health is sitting there with those pizzas. Gets him with the low. What a snipe from Full Auto. That was gorgeous.
And caused a breakaway as well. This should still kill, I believe. Oh, wait a
Here come
minute.
the heals, and
Yeah, but you know what? No last breath, there's no way, right?
Yeah.
That was smart. Full Auto knew that. There was really not much that Turkey could have done. No resources to even get a reversal if he falls while to jump in. So Full Auto edging away that round. And again, this is exactly what we're talking about. Every round has gone on almost really to the last 15 seconds or so. This is the matchup we were expecting. Again, I already used the crushing blow in that first round, so gonna try and put out those totems and then just wait his turn. But at the same time, I almost would like to see Turkey have those totems and just try to even just get a grab on Full Auto before going back to this defensive style, because Full Auto's starting to catch on and he's going for the little bits chip out.
Oh, get a little wave dash action coming from Turkey right there. That disc has been a problem. If Full Auto watches this back, hello!
And this is starting to look like we're about to see a game 5.
I would like to see a little more coming out of Full Auto flawless blocks on the disc. May not just know it. Again, not a matchup you're into an awful lot, but we got ourselves our first game 5 Big D. I'm so excited. When we come back in, I'm pressing those buttons.
Hey man, I know you've been looking forward to hitting those buttons, and now we finally get to see it. Turkey playing really smart, but Full Auto, that adaptation going into that game #4 was perfect. you could not have asked for any more progress out of Full Auto here in the set. But now this is still going into game number 5, where Turkey is on the verge of eliminating last week's champion. This is still really big, and this could go either way. They've gone game for game here.
They have
And
blow
it
for
is
blow.
time.
All right, I'll let you know when, but when I say when, I want you to hype up Game 5 as much as you can, because I'm gonna have a red skull coming in on you. Okay? When this bar gets to about 90%.
Well,
Right? Are you ready? You ready?
yeah, I'm ready.
Go crazy! Go crazy!
And it is game number 5 here, Turkey versus Full Auto. It is time. The first game 5 of the night. Will last week's champion be able to stay alive in this tournament? And just barely misses that with the sparks. Gets the back grab, and we're going to go right back to that defensive style. He doesn't want to be anywhere near Turkey right now.
And just harassing him with these screams to stop those the totem generations. And I haven't really paid too much attention to it, but is he doing that? And then when he sees a totem come up, he switches to aggressive? Because right now, Turkey is not going for the totem route whatsoever. Turkey's trying to play aggressive right now.
But he knows that this chip is really what's making the most damage. It's little bits that are adding up, and he's not even thinking about it here until it's a little bit too late. So he's getting more aggressive and then throwing out those totems.
Yeah, you already saw the tectonic shift in the aggression by doing, the ender that leaves him closer and getting aggressive with the totems. Unfortunate whiff of the paddle right there, going out into some other realm that was not this one's existence. And Full Auto now starting to run away with it. And a round that was virtually no totems and no presence from Bullock. That was just base Kotal Khan, and that is handleable by Full Auto here. There we go.
Turkey needs to be able to get in and do a little bit more damage here before playing defensive. That's really what's costing him these games. And Full Auto is honestly just picking up on that. Like, this defensive style is working out a little bit, but those totems are not stacked, so it's not as aggressive and not as successful as he needs to be with.
Didn't know that barrier long enough. Still has a little bit of a health lead here. And Full Auto, we've known him since MKX. He is not afraid to be full screen. He got his name Full Auto for a reason. Full Auto, Jackal, and Paperings.
Wow, nice little scout there by Full Auto on honestly what looked like the first stagger that Turkey did off of that 1-2.
Ooh, the step back forward too. Catch him swinging. But Turkey not going into that. He whips the whole string. 18 years the other way. That string on whiff is legal, Big D.
God, how are both of these players still in the mentally in this set right now? Every single round has gone down to at least 20 seconds. And this is going towards the end. Will Turkey be able to take us to the last round? 21 seconds on the clock. All the totems are out. Nice little block on the forward 2 there. Full Auto just needs to run out the clock.
Yeah, and totems are gone. And now the health lead for Turkey, putting up the totem. Now having to get aggressive is Full Auto.
Wait, Fatal Post in play. Is he gonna?
Oh no! And he missed it! Not like this! Not like this!
No
Are
way.
you kidding me? But if you think about it, they're dead even on that same error.
Yeah, they really traded 1 for 1, but I'm wondering if that's going to cost Full Auto this set. That was a tragedy, but he has to let go of it. I know it's late in the set, and I know both these players are mentally tired, but it is time to lay everything out. You have no more chances.
The escape failed this late, and the health lead, no totems, and the crushing blow.
He's going to keep it unbreakable. He's just going to go for the little
And the
again.
reset! Guess
That
what?
got the escape failed. Oh, no.
I think he was better. Okay, so he actually, I think he tried to reset the damage there, but he mistimed it a little bit in the hit advantage of the scream. I think I saw what he was going for there. But a little too quick. It actually comboed. Still a hefty lead now. Turkey's going to need one of those 3 totem, 90% health disappearing acts right now to survive this onslaught that's coming. Orbs are out. And here they come. And that's all she
you're
wrote.
just dead. That was beautifully played in that last round. You know what? After that drop off of the forward 2, or just the overhead in general, man, I thought that was going to be it. Mentally, it was so hard to come back from something like that. But very well played with both players. And Full Auto, last week's champion, is not leaving yet. Turkey, valiant effort, had a great run this week. Unfortunately, his run ends here, but I'm looking forward to seeing what else he brings to the table in the coming weeks.
Absolutely. Wonderful, wonderful all around. Turkey's becoming a massive threat in these brackets. KP, you already know.
Listen, man.
Any opportunity I get out here.
Listen, man, I've been leaving you unchecked, and I think I'm going to stop doing that.
Okay. Hey, you know what?
Listen, man.
You gotta. Only the chat though. That wasn't a verbal downplay. That was me just messing with the chat. Shouts to all of you that are watching. We're nearing 1,300 viewers. Thank you guys so much. Love you guys. Who do we got coming up next? We got Kirbolicious and Gambler. We were like, yeah, when we saw that match.
Yeah, this potentially, for me personally, I told you I was still thinking about the Abyss versus Full Auto set. This has the potential to be even crazier than that.
But
now, Turkey
that last
versus
one
Full
turned,
Auto,
yeah.
I mean, I'm sweating from that, but at the same time, as far as like up close and personal, this is where it's going to be, I think.
Oh yeah, this is going to be up close. I expect some flawless blocks. I expect some crazy micro ducks. I expect craziness all around.
And everyone's blown. I don't usually look at the chat, but like I had to take a break from that set. Everyone's blowing me up from my bed. Listen.
Dang.
My bed is made, and this is because of Aquaman's stream. Normally, it doesn't look like that. Leave me alone. Also, I don't care who you are. I like sleeping with at least 3 pillows. Don't act.
We used to meme him back in the Combat Cup days. Big D did the entirety of Season 2 with us, which was awesome, by the way.
You cut out. What happened?
I said you did the entirety of Season 2 Combat Cup with us, which was awesome, but we used to blow you up constantly on there because of it.
Yeah, that was literally. I ended up being traumatized because of that. So now every time I stream or I'm on someone's stream, that bed gets made. I'm still getting blown up from it. You can't win in this community. You just can't win. But now,
it's
like
impossible.
you said, it is going to be Kirbo against King Gambler. No doubt it's going to be Cabal versus Nightwolf, but this is going to be interesting because the way King Gambler plays on the ground, he's looking really strong, and honestly, that's really where obviously Cabal plays best. The air saws brings a little bit of utility to the table, but not necessarily in this matchup. So it's going to be interesting to see how Kirbo adapts to this.
Cabal.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's no way he's picking anybody else, especially this late in the top 8. Losers quarters. Winner of this gets the privilege to fight Full Auto in the bracket, and the loser obviously will be eliminated from the tournament completely.
Yes, the loser will get 5th on the day, but hey, that's still plenty of points on the season. I'll bring up the points after this match so we can see just what is on the line in all of these, and it's just for those points to try to get in the finale because that's where all that money's on the line, baby. Welcome to the Kolosseum.
So starting off a little bit on the slower end, but I think that's a good start. If you're a gambler, oh wow, nice little reversal there, and already has the corner position. This is where you want to be if you're Nightwolf. Again, I love how he's using that down 4. I really don't see it that much, and he's making me a believer in that.
Yeah, he's doing that like down 4, and even a down 2 right there. On hit or block, that down 4 in the corner had a lot of pushback. It looked like where he's trying to set up whip punishes. I think of trying to get Kirbo to press those forward 2-2s, those back 1-2s after those on block and hit.
And just the patience by Gambler. He's not going to bite off of those staggers, but he will get clipped as he tries getting off the ground, and there goes his defensive leader.
One of Kirbo's biggest weaknesses, and this was a while ago. I don't know if he's gotten better at it, but every time he did a poke on hit, he was trying to flawless block after. Every single time, 100% of the time. But I've seen that a lot less, and he's changed things up. But they're getting clipped after the down 3 with the 1-1-1, which is, again, something that he used to not really go for too much. But Kirbo is going to take this first round anyway and put him in the corner. So I'm seeing a lot of adaptation from Kirbo from the last time I saw him in the pro competition and last time I played him. So really, really good stuff. He's only getting better and better the longer he plays this game, and that's what I expect out of a veteran like him.
Yeah. And he said it himself. He says he pretty much got a little bit more on the confident side. He was saying, you guys only have a matter of time before I finally flesh out this character. And we're seeing it before our eyes.
He actually referenced his time back in MK9 too. He was, oh my god. Okay, I'm not going to say anything good about him anymore.
Yeah, you know what? We were just sitting here giving him props, and he just lets a nomad dash rip.
Just lets it rip, raw. But no, he himself said.
Okay.
I try to say, every time I say the sentence, he does it. Okay, we're in the middle of the round. He himself said that it was the same in MK9 where it took him till year 2 to start, you know, getting in there and starting to dominate the competition. It took until year 2. He said, watch an MK11. I'm gonna do the same. Every time, I'm not talking about him anymore. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop with Rado my dashes. I can't take it.
But you know what? It got him out of the corner, so it did work out in his favor. And not to mention, just a few seconds ago, he did get an escape failed on his grab as well. So if he connects a back grab, that is going to hurt. But more than anything, that just makes the shimmy games that much more scary. And nice little flawless block. Back to back. This is going to do so much damage.
This hurts. This hurts.
So much damage.
Oh my goodness.
Now, Gambler's not out of it just yet. Nightwolf does a considerable amount of damage on hit as well. And because he's at such a life deficit, I think Kirbo's just going to be taking those grabs. Wait a minute. Nice block on the overhead. And then, yeah, there was really nothing you could have done after that. It was just going to lead in the chip, most likely.
And that's something that a lot of us forget about Cabal is he has one of those 9-frame mids, but it's so stubby that I think we sometimes forget it on reversal, where we're used to trying to get away with some of those slight staggers on block, but he's got the tools for it. Not going to confirm into much of anything unless he lets it rip, which he's kind of doing here early on. But Kirbo setting the tone early. And it's what I wanted to see. A lot of those wonderful, wonderful flawless block up 2s, up 3s. A lot of turn stealing attempts. A lot of mind games in this pressure that's happened up close.
Nightwolf.
Again, gonna stick with Nightwolf. I think he's just been rocking Nightwolf as like his one and only character, which I think it's a good fit for him. I mean, we're seeing it as he's fleshing out this character, going up against a player like Kirbo. That first game was extremely close, but again, Kirbo, these little bits of risk almost are like really paying off for him, but he needs to kind of pump the brakes a little bit because Gambler's starting to catch on. Yeah, buff Nightwolf. Buff Nightwolf. You beat me to it. I was gonna wait a little bit, but man, you could just tell that Nightwolf is having some trouble.
After game 1, like, help my man's out. Woo!
Clips him with the overhead. Kirbo, opting not to bring, he's going to hold on to it. I've seen him do that a lot as well because he likes having the resources for those reversals.
Is he using that down 4? Wow. The way that I'm seeing him use it, I think he's using it for its active frames. I don't know. I don't have a read, but that's what it looks like he was trying to attempt. But wow, what a round here. Kirbo taking the risk again, but, you know, look at the health deficit, said screw it. If this works,
every single risk is putting him closer and closer to that coffin. He needs to stop hanging himself with this. Now, no breakaway. Huge damage coming in off of the overhead. At least 35%. Drops the ender, but you know what? It's just all this pressure.
He really loves meeting with that down 4, and it's got to have great active frames, and he's trying to pick up earlier off it, too, on the anti-air attempt. 2 coming to wake up jump.
And then reads the stagger again. Look at how different this game is. King Gambler. All right, so it's not over just yet, but at the same time, Kirbo again with his wrist. What is happening?
He was going for a big comeback right there, but it really worked because down 3 hit. Down 3 was supposed to be blocked, and then Gambler was supposed to press a button, and then he was supposed to get yeeted into the sky with a crushing blow. But every time someone goes for something like that and it hits, it's one of the worst feelings. You're like, it's meant you were supposed to block there.
I don't understand why Kirbo is he's going for all of these risks when he's playing so well in the neutral, and then he gets off of his defensive meter and Nightwolf just runs all over you. He needs to kind of play a little bit more patient. He needs to play a little bit more safe if he wants to be able to close out this set. Granted, we are sitting at a 1-1 tie, but without those adaptations, this could be Gambler's set.
Yeah, and you don't want to give a steamroll character some momentum like Nightwolf. You know, Gambler starts getting comfortable with this aggression, with these mixes, and if he's able to keep it going, it's gonna be hard to stop for Kirbo here. But I think again, I say that like I was about to see him jump back and play the space a little more. No, going right in is Kirbolicious, keeping that gap closed.
And you know what? If Kirbo gets off his defensive meter, that just means like all lights are green. Like green go if you're King Gambler. That is time to just go in, press a bunch of buttons, and make Kirbo pay for it.
Another beautiful use of that down 4, and it was actually from a distance where it was hard to counterpoke. and that's why he's able to get the clip with the down 3 and then start that offense all over again. Great position here for Kirbo. Whoa! That was a long walk up right there. Those little
but you know what? I like the attempts because as long as he's not going for these, you know, I don't want to say random, but these risky nomad dashes that are the reason that he loses these life leads so early.
Yeah,
I'll take anything over that.
Yeah, we haven't seen one yet this game, have we? No run, nomad dashes. Gotta find his way out of the corner.
I like how Kirbo's delaying his 1-1-1 after that block stream because he knows that King Gambler is going for a flawless block reversal.
And it just happened again. King Gambler did a down 4 on block. Kirbo with the counter poke down 1 whiffed. And so I think that's something to look at here for Gambler. And that's why he's probably opened up Kirbo a couple times.
Again, 10 seconds left on the clock. It's like, Kirbo doesn't have to do anything. He can just sit back. That's it. Even he can take as much damage as he needs to. Yeah, it's not even going to connect.
That was a little too close for comfort, but you're right. He didn't have to do what he did right there, which was get aggressive.
Round
And
fight.
It's almost an unnecessary risk. Well, it is an unnecessary risk.
And just, you know what? After seeing so much success with that different playstyle, look how Kirbo's playing right now. No more risk. Oh, no more risk, but being a lot more defensive. Doesn't really want to go in for like a ton of different misses, but he keeps getting clipped by this overhead. That little bit of damage, even with the breakaway, is going to add up.
Health even here. Kirbo trying to walk him down into the corner. Going for the crossover, looking for the walk back with that jump 2 most likely. Catches the button, doesn't go for the crushing blow, but gets off the defensive bar. So good save there by Kirbo on the resources. The down 2 counter, not gonna get the crushing blow, and the wake up buttons by Kirbolicious. The disrespect. Into look at the payout. 306 and the forward gas. That's doing damage over time right there, by the way. Beautiful by Kirbo, and back and forth like we wanted this to be. And it was a little, not a lot, but a little less risk by Kirbo.
But you know what? That's what we were waiting to see. For Kirbo to pump the brakes and then see a lot bigger, you know, pretty much payout here in this set. That's going to speak volumes for him going into this game number 4. And now if you're King Gambler, you're in a really tough spot because his playstyle, Gambler's playstyle really has not changed much, but as the set gets longer and longer, it's becoming less effective. So he's really going to need to mix it up a little bit more. Go for a little bit more staggers, maybe a shimmy here and there, or maybe just straight up just go for grabs. But at this point, going for the patient playstyle doesn't seem to be working as much anymore. We'll see. Now, this is losers, so the loser will be eliminated from the tournament, and we will not be seeing them, hopefully, until next week. And Kirbo on set point, looking to advance and fight full auto, making his way further into this tournament. And the Gambler, again, just backing off. He's been doing this a lot in the beginning of each match in the set. Oh, that's going to be a huge punish.
And not to look too far ahead, but how juicy would that be, given that it was Kirbolicious that put full auto in losers 3-2.
Yes. Which, I mean, 3-2, super close set. And the way Kirbo's playing now, I almost want to see that match, but I want to see King Gambler bring this back to another game 5.
It's okay to say it, Big D. There's no sponsors here. You just come out and say it. I want to see Nightwolf win. It's perfectly fine.
Am I green lighted to say whatever I want? Because in that case,
Absolutely.
I want to see Nightwolf do work, man. This character sucks. I'm kidding.
I didn't expect him to go there, Chad. I apologize.
Hey, man, you give me the green light, I'm taking it.
I just saw Big D sip some whiskey in the background. Oh, this is
Cannot
going to be
confirm.
death.
He's lying to you.
Woo!
Yeah, spend it. 23 seconds on the clock. He didn't want to give King Gambler any sort of chance to be able to bring that round back. He's a little bit too close for comfort. I respect it. Expensive but necessary. And now Kirbo set point, taking the first round. Gambler on his last little bit of life points here.
This would guarantee him top 4 on the week, and again, give him that run back with full auto. That if you guys haven't watched Sunday, it's up on YouTube. Go watch it. Absolutely sensational stuff. Nice confirmation here by Gambler. To the corner we go, and this is where Kirbo's been really disrespectful. And on command, an instant wake up jump 2 drops the conversion, and Gambler gonna pounce as he should.
I mean, we're sitting at 2 openings from King Gambler, and this round is completely different. Going with the back 1-3 staggers. Kirbo jumping out of the corner, a moral victory. He does have all that space to work with now, but now this is potential Game 5 territory if Kirbo isn't careful. He spent his fatal blow in the first round, so if this round gets close, he's still going to be at a disadvantage. Nice catch on the back one there, forcing Gambler off of his defensive meter, and this is where it starts to get scary.
2 things Kirbo could have done there. He actually could have put him in the corner there, but he wanted to get him off the defensive bar just so he could be a little more aggressive, I think, here. And tries to wake up the 1-1-1, but the forward 2, he moved back just a hair, and then the lean back on the overhead got him out of dodge there, and knocking on a Game 5 door is Gambler with the 1-1-1s, and that is going to be as long as the execution is there. Gambler gonna take us to a game number 5 here.
The second Game 5. Is this back-to-back?
This is back-to-back.
This is back-to-back Game 5s. This is exactly what we asked for.
Both losers' quarters going the distances.
And you know what? Kirbo, the more Kirbo keeps getting hit by this forward 2, the easier it's going to be for Gambler. That forward 2 leads to so much damage. And you know what? It always connects at the perfect time when Kirbo has no breakaway to use. So Kirbo needs to pump the brakes a little bit on these wake-up buttons because that's exactly what caused him that other round. He went for wake-up 1-1-1. Gambler spaced it out perfectly. Got in that forward 2, and then it was just curtains.
That 4-2 lean back, you saw the stand 1 whiff, and for it to actually hit in between the 2 ones in Cabal string, which happens pretty fast. That 1-1 is really quick. Just things going Gambler's way in that situation, and we got ourselves a Game 5. I forgot to press the buttons, chat, so you're gonna see this cover a little bit. Button. But here we go. It's been set ablaze.
And now going for the jump to the whiff into the buzzsaw. Pretty much, I'm gonna call it whiff confirming because that's pretty much what it is. Very smart. Keeping that air control is crucial if you're Cabal. Nice little background there by Gambler. This is pretty much as even as it gets. Catching with the buzzsaw, little bits of damage. Those are going to add up. We've seen this, not even just last set, but this set as well. These rounds go the distance as far as time is concerned. Both these players have no issue running out the clock. And honestly, at this stage of the game, in this meta, and at this level of play, you have to be comfortable with doing that.
Ooh. Deep jump kick into the 1-1-1 catching Kirbo there. Definitely saw some negative frames, and lucky the forward 2 didn't make him whiff again. Kirbo coming in hot. Gets him with the throw, and that's something that he hasn't mixed in too much off of the ones either. Has just been the stagger into the throw. He's trying to 1-1-1-1, get Gambler to guess on when the stagger's going to come, and now a health lead here for Kirbo. He's going to play us defensively or go in?
16 seconds left on the clock. What is he going to do?
Oh, no. This is death.
Yeah, this is 100% death. The only way he can escape this if he goes in some shields. Actually, no shield's going to help. You're dead. You're 100% dead. And now Gambler, after being on the verge of getting eliminated, is now on set point himself. Kirbo needs to be a lot more careful up close.
Have to give credit where credit's due. Gambler, here in 2020, has been one of the clutchest players I have seen, especially in best of 5. He had so many reverse 3-0s at KIT, and we've seen such clutch moments because it's best of 5. This really does fit him for some reason. Something clicks.
He just feels comfortable, and you know what? In a 1st-to-3 setting, very different from 1st-to-2, as you know, that really is one of the biggest hot topics right now. And in this situation, this is where King Gambler seems to thrive. Kirbo off his defensive meter. This is it. This is it. Gambler smelled blood in the water. A nice little shimmy attempt. That is exactly what you needed for Kirbo. One little touch will completely turn this round around.
Keeping it relatively safe there is Kirbo. Jumped himself into the corner. I don't know about this one, Big D. But, hey, is able to take another risk with the throw to reverse position again, and no fear from Gambler right now. Is that going to go punished?
Oh, and this is death.
Oh, this is
going to take us into the last round. Kirbo with the corner positioning, plenty of resources, and above all, a backwards grab or crushing blow there. This is where it gets scary. But now, again, off of the defensive meter, finally scouting out that overhead. Again, another scout. Kirbo is starting to adapt. Nice tech, getting rid of that crushing blow there.
What a decision to swing right there after the poke. He's actually gotten punished a lot for counter poking King Gambler. But paying off here, slight out lead now, the cleanest of jump-ins. Wow, Kirbo maybe a little bit off on a flawless block attempt. Gonna get him burned here, and this is Gambler once again smelling that blood in the water, and just like a shark does, gonna pounce here, gonna go directly to it, try to feast. Full screen, gonna grasp again, the forward roll by Kirbo to close the gap, and no commitment.
Okay, Kirbo's not up it just yet. He still has Fatal Blow, and the air-to-air jump kick. King Gambler getting this set. What a comeback. What a comeback. I have no words. I have no words. You have made your chief proud, Gambler. You have made your chief proud.
Sensational.
What a set, man.
Back-to-back game 5s in the losers' quarters. Couldn't script it any better than that, as we are going to advance now into top 4 territory. That's going to set up on the winner's side. We are going to have Splash versus Combat. And on the loser side, we are going to have Full Auto versus King Gambler. So Full Auto not going to get his run back right there. And I also forgot to press the button to update the bracket. My bad about that, chat. So let me come out and then in, and then it should be updated for you guys. Damn, even Romanova putting you on blast in the chat. Yikes.
Bro, you know what? And I made my bed. Look, it's sitting there. It looks beautiful. It just doesn't show off the details because it's dark in my room, and I can't help that. All right, stop blowing me up. Leave me alone.
All right, so I heard 2 OSs in there, which is about standard for a caster.
I mean, caster and me in general. Listen, man. When you talk about OSs, I'm the best in the business. There's no question. Even now, being old and retired.
That's an OS.
Is it? It is actually, yeah, you're right. But that's what makes me so damn good at what I do.
My man's been retired for like a month, and he's like, hold up.
Listen, it's been like 9 months now? 6 months? I don't know. My math sucks. But anyway, there is your updated bracket. You have Full Auto against Gambler, and then the winner's side, winner's finals, Splash vs. Combat, 2 training pals outside the game, inside the game, and honestly, of relatively equal skill. I mean, that could go either way.
Invites are right. Invites are out. We'll see if they get in here. And I did say I was going to bring up the points for you guys. This is what's on the line tonight. Top 32 gets points here, and top 8 is when the points get thick. I mean, a lot. But as you can see there, 250 points going out the first, 200 the second, 150 the third. You guys see the thing. I have to read it for you, but this is where a lot of points are going to be on the line. Also, once again, happy birthday to Splash. These thick old points. Listen, what? Shut up.
I can't. I'm trying to hold it in, but that was too good.
The look on his face the entire time I was talking was absolutely priceless, by the way.
Dude, that's perfect, man. I loved it. Really emphasis on the C's, man. Well played.
Listen, that's it. Would you rather have 10 points, or do you want thick old 250 points? You know what I mean? Thickle. Let's see. We got Combat, Splash. They are here. This is winners finals, everyone. Here we go. Oh.
Now, this is interesting because these two play an ungodly amount together. Like, they are training partners to the end. Combat has no less than 6 characters ready to bust out at the highest level of play. So I don't really know which characters they're going to play. And I know both of them have a few different characters. Splash plays Spawn as well. We saw it in week number 1.
Yeah, bunch of characters. That Spawn is good.
Combat going with Cassie.
I'm shocked that we saw so much Spawn in that first top 8, and not since.
I think it was just, the first week hype. But I think as the season gets on, and, not for nothing, with everyone putting in their, doing their work with the Matcherino, as this prize pot gets bigger, they don't want to screw around.
Round 1, fight.
Which, again, y'all make sure, use that Matcherino, man. This is completely crowdfunded. Cannot say it enough. But now, winners finals. Combat busting out Cassie, which I don't think we really see that much. And then Splash rocking his coveted Lotus Fist from WoW. This is going to be an interesting one because I know both of these guys know their respective matchups.
Yeah.
Not even just with this, but whatever else these players might bring to the table, they're each going to be ready for it.
Ooh, look at the what a whip there for combat. No resources for Splash. Gonna keep that optimal with the restand too, to take away that wake up. Splash trying to shimmy right there with that walk back in the slight maybe dash cancel 1-2. But combat looking good. I've never ever seen this man's Cassie before. But
Neither have I.
talk about the familiarity between the two. That should be the round. Oh no!
Oh no.
Not like this. Gonna go right back to you, and combat says, I don't even need this thing anyway. So this is a win-win to come off it and take the round. Absolutely stolen right there. But the familiarity of being from the same region, having to play each other so much, you know, you got Mortal Kombat New Jersey, all these other events up there in the Northeast, NLBC, that, you know, these two had to play each other quite a few times.
Oh, yeah. And that was so smart by Combat for not breaking away, because if he broke away, that entire Fatal Blow would have connected. So that was actually a read on Combat's side. And it's little micro decisions like that, especially when you're going up against your training partner, that's what's going to matter in the end. Like, those are galaxy-grade reads, man.
Yeah. That is like live or die reads.
Yeah.
There we go. To the corner. And wake up jump, but after the recovery of the down 4, Combat still able to squeeze in a flawless block input within that little of a window. Sensational. That's why Combat is one of the greatest players on the planet right now. You saw what he did at Final Combat. It speaks for itself.
Oh, and that is 100% going to be death. Nice confirm into the Fatal Blow. This is 100. Yeah. Okay, so this is definitely going to kill. Smart to keep him grounded as well, with Combat having that defensive meter to be able to break away. So now both players using their Fatal Blows nice and early. Round number 3. I mean, this is exactly how I thought the set would go. You couldn't have asked for this to get any closer right now.
Woo!
Nice down 2. And it confirmed the follow.
That took some major cojones right there. Let's breakfast here. Good patience, waiting out and getting that with a forward 4 on Cassie. Right there, just bullying him with the buttons, but how almost saw it again, you know, him winning all these air-to-airs, but luckily he had already committed to the dive kick on the input.
Yeah, Cassie's up 2. We're seeing that. Definitely one of the weaker up 2s in the game.
Yeah, because
unfortunate.
Because it went backwards, really got her out of there.
Yeah. Now, Splash forced to stay grounded. Nice tech on the back grab by Combat. It's like he wow. He just knows the tendencies.
And Combat looks to be so effective with every single character. It really is. Wow, what a pickup as an anti-air on those hats too. Big read with the jump, but doesn't able to open them up. And now we're just pressing buttons. We're literally just pressing buttons. Now this is Winners Finals. This is the best that we can offer you guys as a viewer. I'm sorry.
It's like every button. I'm going to put these guys on blast because we're allowed to do this right now. Every single button was pressed but the block button. I'm sorry. But you know what? You have to play like that when you play against someone you've played a million times in the past. That's just picking up on tendencies like that and being able to just completely switch it up is an absolute requirement.
Lost hive of the chitin.
1-0. I've been so impressed with how at what level Combat is able to play every character I've seen him play.
He just seems comfortable with all. They're all surprise picks, but it just seems like he knows what he's doing.
And it's crazy how much he's upplayed Cordal, and that's one of the few that I haven't seen him pick.
Round 1.
Crazy how that works. Huh?
Anyways,
moving on.
Strike 2 for me.
And now the 1-2 stagger into background. Nice. Oh, and a standing 1 anti-air splash. His defense is looking really solid. Nice forward grab on there. Grabs are usually guaranteed pretty much after someone uses defensive meter, unless you're really just going to risk it all.
Whoa!
Oh,
I like the read right there, and that had to be an input error right there from Splash, or a Galaxy Brain read like we talked about earlier, of thinking that Combat was going to do something absolutely disgusting. And of course, what would Splash do in that situation? Wake up, jump kick. Thank you for the round. I'm just going to go ahead and steal it. Moving along here, nothing to see.
Now, granted, obviously, Combat is still the favorite to win this match. I mean, he's a Final Combat qualifier.
Okay, I also
Splash
struggle with that, by the way.
Star.
Every time I try to talk about someone who made Final Combat, I've struggled, and I think it's the Final Combatist? Something like that? Final Combatant?
Combatants?
Yeah,
Combatants?
Combatants. Oh,
That's
my,
really
no
hard
way.
for me to say.
No
Yeah, that's
way.
a last-ditch effort. But honestly, he really didn't have any other choice. He might be able to get something going off of this, but man, he's got a lot of work to do. Right at the same time, Splash with no defensive meter. Wait a minute. Keeps him restanding.
Of course. Of course. Oh, no.
B Splash special.
If people are out there complaining about something, it generally means that you're doing something right.
And man, is Splash doing a lot of things right. Because look at that. Look at how different. Oh, I just saw the happy birthday.
Hey.
Yes, again, happy birthday to Splash. Jumping out of plus frames in the possible victory.
May you wake up, jump, kick life. And
wake up, jump, kick your way through
clipped.
college, young kid.
And not get clipped.
Now, where is Combat going to go? Cassie doesn't really seem to be working out as much anymore. He's got a lot of room to work with.
He could go random select.
Yeah, honestly, he really could. He plays just about everyone on this roster at this point. But you know what? That's a blessing and a curse when he doesn't really know who to play.
I think he's looked at everyone. He had a mean Aaron Black last week when he mirrored Hayate, lost in a game 5.
I haven't seen him highlight Jade yet. Waiting to see that.
Jade.
Spawn.
There you go. There's the spawn pick. The first spawn in top 8, actually. And he likes Variation 1. I'm pretty sure that's what he picked.
Guns blazing?
I believe so. Oh, I love that gear that he has. Yeah,
yep.
He went with Variation 1, so he's one of the only believers that I've really seen think that Variation 1 is the way to go. It's been a lot of talk between V2 and V3, but
I like all of them.
He makes V1 look really good.
Whoa! And you know, what an answer to Kung Lao jumping at you and dive kicking at you.
But you know what? This is the right pick. He's gonna gain control of the air and force Splash to stay grounded, which really isn't what he does on a consistent basis.
And Spawn's got those pokes at ranges that really play a nice grounded game too, of like those 3-4s, back 1, and this variation does have a mix-up off it too with that low shot. I don't know if it's a true 50-50, but it is a mix, and this early on, I don't think anyone's ready for that, Fuzzy.
You know, but if someone's going to be ready for it, it's going to be Splash. Because he, especially like I said, these two play each other a lot. He's going to know what characters to work on as far as... Oh, nice little cancel there. Goes for another forward grab. He does have the back grab crushing blow loaded up, but I don't expect him to use it unless absolutely necessary.
Oh, look at him. Just outside of the range of that, too. Just abusing the range of that 3-4.
Yeah, super smart with the spacing on that 3-4.
Woo!
Gets a little bit more damage. Wasn't able to kill.
Look at that.
One whip punch is going to do it.
There's no better feeling than being at 3-4 range with Spawn and pressing it and going, there's not much you're doing about this, buddy.
Especially when you're up against Kung Lao that really doesn't have an answer for that at that range.
Woo!
Standing 3 also being used as a really solid anti-air for Spawn.
Wow. Look at this pressure from Combat, too.
Oh, gets clipped. Finally, Splash is able to do some damage.
Look at the reward difference, though. That was like... Combat opened him up 4 times for Splash to open him up now twice, and look at the damage difference.
I mean, that was just a massive difference in damage and momentum as well. Just all those different buttons. Everything you could have asked for to go right has gone right for Splash that round.
Final round.
Now, will Splash be able to go up? Oh, wow. Are you kidding? What? I'm not too sure what Lau can do about that. Yeah, just that 3-4 range is eating Splash alive right now. Combat not even going for the amplifier, knowing that it's punishable, and knowing that Splash understands that as well. Back grab, and here we go. In that perfect position to throw out those guns and keep Splash grounded again.
Wow.
Oh my
Okay, now we may have seen everything tonight.
You know what? The amount of times that I see Splash get that, and he's got like a 98% success rate, I'm still surprised by it every single time. Yeah, little bits of damage. Just 3-4 into a confirm.
And the safety.
Yeah, everything that Combat is doing.
Right back at him with the dive kick. Completely forgot it was in this variation.
Yeah,
Oh my
I forgot
God.
that was even part of it. Well, you know what? Everything that Combat was doing outside of that dive kick at the end is completely safe.
Yeah. Like, that's what was scary. You know, Combat's pretty good at the game. Maybe we should give him a little bit of credit for thinking that this variation might be onto something.
You know what? If anyone is going to have an opinion to be, you know, honored, it's going to be Combat. It really is. Because he's one of the few that kind of picks up on certain variations and certain tactics earlier than anyone else.
Kolosseum.
And clearly, we're seeing that right now because me personally, I don't know about the rest of you, I rarely see Variation 1 get talked about. It was just kind of like shrugged away as, oh yeah, it's cool, but it doesn't really seem practical. And we're just seeing a completely different response coming out of Combat.
Game number 4, Combat, the 2-1 lead. And I am liking... Or should I say, I'm picking up what Combat is putting down with the tools I'm seeing him use, specifically for Kung Lao. That 3-4 being an issue with again, the jumping as well as that upshot. Kind of keeping him at bay. -4 right there. That closes the gap mighty safely.
So he's going with this zoning approach while having a great anti-zoning tool. And just being able, there you go, get the amplified, a little bit of damage. And right back into that range that he wants to be at.
Oh, and right through it again.
Really?
2 for 2. That's how he closed out the last game. Uh-oh, that's a big whiff.
Yeah, that's a huge punish.
And that's super, super negative on block as well. Oh, missed the side switch. I've maybe seen him drop that twice. And that was the second time.
That would have been death. That would have been almost death.
That does so much wrong.
Oh, it does so much.
But
more than anything, it would have given him that positioning, but luckily for Splash, Fatal Blow was blocked and appropriately punished.
Thank you so much, Ragnarok, for the host. Appreciate it. Ragnarok, commentating top 8 of week number 1. Appreciate it. Oh, too far away for that pickup.
Forward grab again after the breakaway. Definitely one of the safer choices, and I like where Splash is going with this. He knows without breakaway, Combat doesn't have access to that cancel. That minimizes the mind games up close.
Go for that 3, which is the high. You know, would like to see maybe a little more back 1 from him, but he hasn't needed it. So keeping it safe here. But at that 3 range, I think that Splash is picking up on that. It is a high, and he's getting some of those little hits in to take his turn back. Wake up down 1 though. Combat. Whoa.
He needs to be careful. Splash has Fatal Blow. Oh, and it wasn't a...
Oh, and he went...
Really?
Was the orbital hat behind him, or did it run out?
I think it just ran out. Or it might, you know, it might have actually just been behind him. So that was, the stars just really seemed to align for Combat there. And now Combat is on set point, looking to advance to grand finals going up against Splash.
Combat trying to take the lead in points right here. Wow, coming in with an instant air 1 into the dive kick. I mean, it's kind of an OS if it's blocked. Dive kick's not going to come out. You're going to remain relatively safe. Nice challenge by Combat 2 there. I think it was slightly negative.
Yeah, goes for the down 4. The trade was probably even in his favor as well. But you know what? No reason to make any sort of risk. Splash got the back grab crushing blow loaded up now. And this is going to hurt. Huge crushing blow forcing. Oh, saves the defensive meter again.
Oh, he's going to get opened up by the shimmy, and we are going to our 3rd Game 5 in a row. Let's go. I'm excited.
You know what? Asking you shall receive, man. And especially between these 2 players, this is exactly what I expected. Going the distance, Combat, switching around between characters. I would like him to stick with Spawn. I think he's got the right idea here, but knowing him, he's got about 6 other characters in his mind right now, so we'll have to wait to see who he's going to pick. Now, will Splash have the birthday of his life and advance to grand finals. Only time will tell. Now, who will Combat pick? Hovering around a little bit.
I liked the pick. It was just...
Yeah, the pick was fine in my opinion.
It was just a couple of instances of getting outplayed in those closing moments.
Yep. A lot of crucial punishes, too, off of the amplified guns. I think that's what really cost him there. But maybe that's why he's straying away from that variation. And he's going with the comfort pick. Is it going to be outtake or showstopper?
Outtake for
I would actually expect...
Yeah, so this is for the no-fly zone.
I think that's the way to go. Against Kung Lao, but more importantly, against Splash. This variation really does counter that playstyle. But Splash, again, like, no matchup on paper is going to guarantee you a win in this game. It really doesn't. So Combat's not out of it just yet. This pick did not seal the deal.
Fire is active. Game 5 hype here in the Kolosseum. We were complaining that we weren't getting them early on, and since complaining, it's been nothing but Game 5s.
You know, a lot of things seem to work that way.
You know, I am in the NRS community. I complain until I get what I want.
And you know, for some reason it works every single time.
That's a blow up on all of us.
Yes, it is. There you go. And this corner pressure blowing up Splash as well. And then Combat just sitting back. I like the idea. Do your damage, get the life lead, and then just try to chip him out. Control that airspace. That's exactly what he picked this variation for.
By Splash still gets the throw. Take that health lead. Doesn't really need to go in if he doesn't want to. If he gets a couple trades on those force balls with a hat.
Force balls? All right, young one.
No.
And you're dead. Are you? Yeah, you're dead.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you're dead.
What a clip right there. And like I said, I don't think he had a reason to go in, but he put himself in that range. That strike distance of Johnny Cage, and that back three comes slide into your DMs mighty quick. It's
whether you want it to or not, that thing is go nice hit from there. Splash. Tons of damage here. Tons of resources used as well, but you know what? For 36%, I think that's worth it. Now Combat just trying to open him up with these staggers. The plus frames are doing some work, but at the same time, all of these hit confirms by Splash is really what's giving him the edge here. Reminder, this is game number 5, and we're going down to another game 5 last round situation. What is this, the 4th one in a row?
Third in a row.
Third in a row.
Yep.
Third in a row. Here we go. This is the time. Everything needs to be left on the table. Should be on the forward Combat. No breakaway. These forward grabs are almost free considering that he has the background pressure blow.
I've been keeping track. Nothing has been blocked this final round, Big D. Not one thing. There we go. It's the first block of the final round. We're even and healthier, and of course, Splash gonna do his anti-corner setup. Just wake up, or just jump out of the corner with a jump kick. But Combat still on the offensive here. Restand, no wake-up options, and trying to disrespect, which is the calling card of Splash, and called out by Combat to take it 3-2.
You know, for a quick second, I thought Combat was gonna mercy him for his birthday. He took that step back. I'm like, no way is he gonna let that happen. And Splash, the rain on the parade that is his birthday, being sent to losers, but not out of it just yet. Combat will be waiting in grand finals as the rest of these guys slug it out. Unbelievable, man. Now, this next set is going to be insane. Full auto against King Gambler. Both these players have been playing outside their skulls.
Yeah, I think
I really don't know who's going to win this. I honestly, I'm all for, you know, fantasy brackets and making predictions and hot takes. This is legitimately anybody's set to move on into the losers finals to play Splash.
There's still some more top 4 action to come, guys, but we're going to take our second break here. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some more Kolosseum. Coming up next is going to be the number 1 seed. Number 1 in points right now. Full auto going up against King Gambler. Fighting for the token. Fighting for Big D over here. Staying alive on the loser side. Loser is going to go home on the night, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Seriously, don't go anywhere.
Welcome to pixelpro.io, a platform full of resources for content creators, with over 250 being completely free. In 2020, we aim to expand this library with over 100 new resources, including 2 new resource types. Alongside our free resources is our marketplace. This is where artists and designers can open up a shop to sell pre-designed graphics. Shop owners can expand their reach, and content creators get even more options when looking for graphics. This year, we will be releasing new versions of graphics packs through Drusif Designs, bringing more tools and value to content creators. From content creators just starting out to well-established communities, we are here to give you more options to build and grow. This is pixelpro.io.
All right, guys, welcome back. A couple of matches left on the night as we are digging deeper into the top 4 of the tournament. One of the Matoken brothers coming up next. It is King Gambler going up against the Scream Queen representative. Full auto here in losers semifinals. A lot on the line when it comes to the point totals, and there's a battle for supremacy in the points right now between combat and full auto, depending on how things go tonight. The action's been hot, Big D, and there's only more to come.
And especially now, it's only going to get crazier, especially because we just talked about full auto, last week's champion, going up against King Gambler, who's been probably playing the best MK11 that I've seen since, honestly, just since release overall. He's 100% done meshing with Nightwolf, and it's showing because he's using a lot of tools that other Nightwolf players, myself included, have not even been using, and it's been really paying off. So if you want to take a look at the bracket, Noble Combat sitting nicely comfortable in grand finals, and now the winner of Full Auto and King Gambler will be fighting Splash to make their way into grand finals themselves. I expect this set to quite possibly be another Game 5 situation, but it is not going to be easy for either of these players. Same characters, same respective variations. Wouldn't expect anything else out of these two. And now we're going to have to see how King Gambler reacts to the defensive playstyle of Full Auto. above all else, reflecting is only going to get you so far.
Yes. Only gonna get you so far. It's gonna be how he closes the gap and deals with the range. You know, how do you approach the walls that are the Scream and the forward fours of Sindel with the ranges that Nightwolf has?
Think you'll do so again?
The Great Spirit will guide my hands.
Damn, Nightwolf straight up came out and said it. I killed you
it.
2 games ago, woman.
When I was low tier, and now I'm just mid tier. Moving on, here we go. Losers semifinals.
Woo! That may have been one of the sexiest strip cards I have ever seen. That actually may have been just a full anti.
And that down 4 is so good. You know what? And I never really noticed it.
Oh, it's as if he knew the breakaway was coming too, and that looks to be his favorite thing to pressure with on knockdown, and looks hard to counterpoke. What's the knockdown off the shoulder? Ooh, trying to shimmy him right there. Guess what would have worked? The down 4. Gambler probably saying, what else I can guess it? And block the stand 4? He might be the first person on the Kolosseum to block the first stand 4. Oh my goodness, and first
I mean, I get hit by that every single time. I'm not even going to lie.
First blood going to King Gambler, and it's a 50-50 this variation too.
That was a nice little try by Full Auto. I think he was baiting out a reflect to get that crushing blow. But Gambler is playing really patient outside that sweep range. That's how he's going to be able to win this matchup. 100%.
Ooh, didn't quite get behind Sindel right there. Puts up in the corner. What a call out, but not ready for the full commitment there.
I think he just didn't believe. That could have been so much bigger, but now he does have a lot of more space to back off. Gambler realizing that immediately, and this is how it starts. Full Auto running out of resources here. Not blocking on wake up. That you cannot do that against Nightwolf. And look at the difference already.
Yeah, he is such a hard character to disrespect. You know, that 1-1 coming in so fast as the shimmy. Got to worry about the down 3s, the down 4s that Gambler's been abusing. The forward 1-2 outside the range right now. Gambler. This is actually gonna be pretty tough for Nightwolf here. Doesn't have that full screen threat as some of the characters do, and she can go underneath that arrow toss.
He just needs to wait his time. Like one well-placed charge to put him inside.
Such an early jump kick, and thought that it was only going to be a poke, maybe try to steal a turn afterwards, but around a piece now, and it's Full Auto, who in these scraps never seems out of it. Never seems out of it.
Much more composed than we've seen Full Auto in the past. But you know what? The same can be said about Gambler as well. He just needs to be a little bit more patient coming in. Missing the flawless blocks on that. You need to be able to hit those because it does lead to a hefty punish, especially for Nightwolf. Taking his time. I like the blocks. Nice little fuzzy block on that as well. Gambler knows this matchup. You can tell right off the bat that he knows this matchup. But at the same time, he's still getting clipped. And in this, with this variation specifically, those little bits of 21% are going to add up well before you know it. And it's like I mentioned before as well, reflecting is only going to get you so far. If for anything else, it just needs to be used as a tool to help get in.
Ooh,
especially now.
And now Full Auto can play his game. I was shocked that they didn't put up the orb right there, but the 17 low blast from the air going to do it for Full Auto. 1-0 now, trying to reclaim his and her throne here on the Kolosseum. Wearing that mask, I mean...
That is a sick mask, by the way.
Hold on.
I feel like we haven't appreciated that enough. But man, you know what? Full Auto is looking really good. But up close, Gambler definitely has the edge here. He's just having a hard time staying up close and personal. Staying
on Sindel and getting through, you know, the forward 4s, the forward 2s,
right.
The Screams has done a good job of avoiding the clean hits. But once Full Auto, you know, gets an opportunity to put the forward 4 out, it's completely reset with the up 3, and then he has to do it all over again and has to deal with the same stuff. But once he gets in, you're right, he's been super effective, and it's been Full Auto who's actually struggled with the, you know, coming up from knockdown, from what it looks like. Most of the damage has come from King Gambler.
A little bit late on that whiff punish there, but this will follow up, and Full Auto already off his breakaway, back to the corner. Gambler has to go in.
Yeah, right there. That's such a scary situation because if you make the read 2 go in, you can just hit something active, whether it be that scream or not.
There you go. Oh, this is going to do so much damage. Just meterless, still getting almost 33%. Not blocking that overhead, though. That is not the way you want to go about this route, and that is 100% unpunished. Nice adaptation by Gambler. And again, getting aggressive, that's how he's going to be able to pull this off. Full auto knows that, though, so he's going to try and just stay back.
What a whiff punish right there. What is that? His back one right there. Catch it swinging in.
Right into it.
Even being at the forward 1 right there. Sorry, being at the forward 4, Sindel, just speed is on Nightwolf's side in this matchup. But it's the ranges that we're talking about. Let's see if he can hold on this momentum. And almost got that beautiful whip push routine there. Gets the flawless block and punish on the scream. And he is going to be super aggressive. He smells it right now, Big D. Smells it. This is an apex predator on the hunt.
There you go. And that back grab is 100% going to do it. Gambler, the huge answer back after that first game. Just aggression. That's what you need to see if you're Nightwolf.
And I've seen a lot of those emotes in the chat. King Gambler's own emotes, by the way. Put them in the chat right now. There we go.
Where's our Gambler supporters, man? Let's see it.
Prophet dropping it in chat. Ow.
But now I'm curious how Full Auto is going to respond to this. Because with this aggression, he hasn't really seen... He doesn't seem to really have an answer for it. It seems like when he has someone on top of him, Full Auto just seems to kind of fall apart. So I'm going to want to see a little bit more patience out of him. Or at the very least, the best offense is going to be a good defense for him.
Game number 3. Full Auto. But both of these guys have had the most... How do I say this? Like, it's not, it has been back and forth, but they found themselves in scraps. It just feels like a scrap every time I see both of these guys on.
Really?
And if you want to put it blatantly, these two are sweating. Couple of sweats in front of us right now.
They are drenched in sweat. Both these players have gone through multiple shirts at this point. But again, look at the difference. This aggression, Gambler's taken these rounds in a super quick fashion. Goes for the plus range. And just a little bit of arrows. Full Auto using all his resources just to get out of the corner. That could work against him. That's going to be a good long while before he gets that breakaway. And Gambler is now just starting. Like, the foot is off the brakes, man.
Oh, 100%.
Gambler is going for it.
And he's abusing the fact that he outspeeds her up close. It looks like Full Auto struggling to find that breathing room, to push him back to say, get off of me. But, hey, reverse the position here. And at the end of that round, now puts himself here. So, hey, yeah, it was a rough round. But no matter what, if I start the next round with being out of the corner and my opponent in the corner, I'll feel better 100%. It's a complete mental thing. But here is where we go. Gambler back on the hunt.
Doesn't tech the grab. But now Full Auto doesn't have breakaway. This is where Gambler needs to get in before he gets any more of those resources back, while at the same time being careful of that scream crushing blow.
Oh my god!
He knew that was coming. He was sitting there buffering, waiting for it.
What's crazy is that you don't even see the projectile. That's how quick that little projectile is, and we've seen the speed of it on here before when he took this last week. Nice health lead. And look at him, building that space with the backdash, recognizing that he got into the forward 4 range. Just gonna throw it out. It is safe after all.
I'm getting clipped by the 4-4 again, and yeah, this is definitely gonna be able to close out the round. 14 seconds on the clock. Honestly, Full Auto doesn't really need to do anything else.
Yeah, just keep putting up the orbs right now.
If I'm Gambler, I'm at least gonna get in. You know what? I respect the attempt, but he needs to be happy that didn't connect.
Yeah, he would have died on the
full screen,
and that's at frame 1. So I think he would have got hit in that start animation.
Yep, and then lost the fatal blow. So very lucky for King Gambler not to have that go out. But now he's up close and personal. He needs to stay in if he wants to be able to take game number 3. Nice block on the overhead by Full Auto. Doesn't return the favor on Gambler. Keeps getting clipped and then being sent full screen.
Auto now with a health lead. Yeah, there's a backdashes. Just keep Nightwolf away right now and then into the forward 4 range. Perfect spacing now by Full Auto. Oh, he held it or canceled it if you'd have let it rip. Oh, my. Oh my.
Full Auto's not blocking. This is where it starts to get scary. He keeps crumbling when someone is on top of him. And a few little
That's what she. Never mind.
scrambles. Look at the... Oh, no. Are you dead here? Is this fully unbreakable death?
This is a lot of unbreakable damage. Only 315. Didn't have the bar for the extra roundhouse on top. Look at Chip. Chip put out the orb. Oh no. Possible execution error there has to weather this storm.
Wait a minute. Oh my god. And just the down one by Full Auto. You know what? If Gambler got that hit confirm off of the 1-1-1, that third game would have been his.
Sweaty.
Another crucial mistake. The sweat of the hands.
This is a perspiruous matchup right here.
Literally, his fingers must have just slipped off the controller. And now Full Auto knocking on the door to going into losers finals.
Nightwolf.
All right, Full Auto did win last week, so this he wants to be able to get at least back to grand finals.
Yeah,
You know,
this is-
like he doesn't want to degress as a player this week.
This is the biggest statement I've almost ever seen sent to our community of Full Auto making the statement that he is a top player in this community right now and proving it before our eyes and is trying to reprove like for him to go back to back this deep in 300-man brackets of the best on this, well, sorry, in North America, I should say. If I said the world got blown up, my bad, guys. But it's just killing it.
Again, back to Gambler's, you know, that's his playstyle. At the beginning of the round, he just backs off. He wants to wait to see what you're going to do. And it looks like he's just going to try and let Full Auto hang himself, knowing that there are a lot of risks being had by Full Auto when the aggression starts getting into play. Nice little whip punish off of the back one.
No fear of pressing buttons there either, but when the jump kicks early, it is negative, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. Wake up 1-1-1. I respect it. Full Auto just doing everything he can to get away from King Gambler and get back to that defensive style. Oh, there it is. Finally a flawless block, but no punish to follow up with.
Really good call out by Full Auto on that stagger too, and wait a minute, one scream away, and of course you're going to bet it right there.
Yeah, too. It was definitely the right idea.
Oh
Very smart.
my.
You're dead. I think you're dead here.
It's going to be pretty dang close.
No, it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough.
The stilettos. Oh my goodness. And he bet it on the screen. That could have got reflected. I again would have put up the orb. I don't know. But you know, this is why they're there and I'm here. That low screen.
There's a reason why we stay behind the desk now.
It was a risk, but he won. So guess what? Hell of a read.
Nice trip guard with the back two. Full Auto playing super clean now. It's starting to look like he's getting a little bit more comfortable up close. Gambler, it almost seems like where he once looked most comfortable is starting to fall apart. But as I say that, gets a nice juicy hit confirm. Missing the ender as well. He needs to calm down if he wants to take us to game 5. At the very least, take this round.
Full Auto right there, caught. Trying to press buttons after the jump, and not after jump to a Nightwolf, that's for sure. No punish. I think that's what it stands for ones anyway, but needs to be careful with the reversal to stand one, not being in range. I think that Full Auto might see that next time, and maybe press some buttons after the up 3 on block. And the throw. Hold on a second. That scream crushing blow is still active.
Oh my. I have a feeling he
Yeah.
meant to do that scream.
Yeah.
And that would have been death.
Fight.
Wait, no, he did use it before.
No,
Did
it was just raw fatal blow.
Okay. Well, then that might have been an input error that's going to cost him a lot if Gambler can take this round.
Pretty sure.
Down 4, low projectile.
What a
I
legend.
have seen it all, folks. I have seen it all. But again, Gambler not being phased. Starting to throw out a couple risks of his own. That
There we
string
go.
is very punishable when you complete it.
First time that he has checked the 4-4 up 3 with the shoulder too. Just showing no fear. Said, hey, respect something here. Beautiful pickup.
Confirm off of the jump, takes so much damage. Nice roll. A little bit of damage there. Not known for huge combos off of grounded stances.
Yeah, really only off the crushing blows.
Full Auto is not punishing that string. That easily could have helped even out this life lead, and that might hurt him in the end.
My.
And it does.
What an aggressive read with the forward roll, and to see a punish on the low scream. Gambler sending us to a game 5 and a
4th Game 5 in a row.
Jeez. Right when I thought we were going to have an early night, son of a bitch, every single Kolosseum has gone on way longer than I wanted it to. Okay, well, then I scripted it to, I should say. But these Game 5s are sending us distances to infinity and beyond.
Sindel. Night
Now,
Wolf.
if you're full auto, what do you do differently?
Tarkatan War Camp.
Up close, it almost seemed like he was really just getting the better of Gambler, but now Gambler seems to be more comfortable from outside sweep range and baiting out these projectiles. This is going to be whoever can adapt quicker. It is the last game and another Game 5 situation.
Round 1.
Fire it up, baby. 2-2. Tournament life on the line. Full auto. King Gambler. A lot of respect on the screen right now. Nobody wants to lose. This is where if you thought they were sweating before, get ready for, instead of pools of blood here, pools of perspiration as we get down to the wire.
And now you're already seeing the respect up close. Going into this Game 5, any sort of mistake up close is crucial, whether it's going to be leading to damage or positioning. And if you're full auto, you need the positioning more than anything else. Goes nice little stagger off the jump two into a grab.
Ooh.
And full autos are starting to get slippery. I think this is exactly what he has in mind going into game number 5. If Gambler's going to be up close, full auto's going to make it hard to lock him down.
Yeah. There's a sender. That's flawless blocking the 4-2 right there. Double flawless block back. But doesn't get the punish.
There's no punish, though. Gets the grab, so at least it's something. Nice little hit confirm as well.
Drops the sand 4 and no breakaway from full auto. Has some wake up options here because of it. Tries the wake up jump, thinking that Gambler is going to actually respect the wake up option. No flawless block this time around on the string. Goes right back to it. He drops it. Too late. We've seen him do that before, but a little late on the triggers. And will that cost him everything this week?
He needs at the very least get out of this corner right now. He already spent the defensive bar of meter. So if he gets clipped, it's going to hurt. Luckily for him, 4-4 connects. And away from the corner we go. They're just taking this time to reflect. Stopping himself from getting little bits of damage.
Nice flawless block on that mid arrow, by the way. That's actually not that easy.
No, that's very tough to do. And again, it's little bits of damage and preventing those little bits. That's what adds up in the end at this meta.
Gambler, I think accidentally coming off that breakaway and full auto, getting those stray hits, and now starting to add up here. And Ari, 4 games in a row. Not only is it about to be, are we in a game 5, but about to go to a final round once again.
I mean, if you're a King Gambler, you can't do anything about this. The best thing he could have done was just prolong that round to get a little bit more meter back. And again, the last round, will full auto keep his tournament dream alive and possibly get a 2-peat later on.
Tried to empty jump throw and all over it was Gambler with the probably flawless block up 3 attempt to get a neutral jump kick. Hey, or sorry, short up kick. Still a win. Well, needs to get himself out of this corner. Does not want to be knocked down by Nightwolf in there. That nightmare scenario right now. Tournament life. 1 round. So what it's come down to. Walks in the active frame. Slight up lead for Polo and gets him with the overhead. The roundhouse.
Gambler's slowly starting to get desperate. You can see it open. Full auto still not blocking off of that down 3. That cost him his breakaway. And this is where it starts to get even more scary. Gambler is 1 or 2 touches away from really being able to close out this set. Doesn't have enough meter.
Didn't have the meter, wanted to keep it simple, but could have gotten a shoulder to further push to the corner. Full out now has a massive health lead, and Gambler needs to get crazy, and he's going to get the bar. No, not in time. Puts it out in full auto, makes the full comeback here. 2 massive forces of this bracket running into each other, and almost knew it was going to come down to this.
This fatality is so gross.
The sound.
Oh my god.
Fatality.
If I ever met the sound designer who did this one, I would probably give them a pretty mean look.
Oh. Makes my stomach like just turn. The hair. I can't.
Yeah.
Well played. That was a beautiful sign of adaptation by both players, but Full Auto definitely came out on top there. There's really not much else to say. It was just one of those sets where you just knew it was going to go down to the wire, and any one mistake was going to cost you that round, and that's exactly what ended up happening. So now the dream stays alive for Full Auto, as he will now be staying in this King of the Hill as we await the return of Splash.
Yes, this will be full Splash, who I don't think have played yet. I don't remember if they played last week in that top 8. My memory is absolutely dreadful. I think Full Auto took it through on the winner's side and did not have to play Splash, but I'll have to go back and look at that bracket. I'm unsure. Let me get this invite out for him. Let's just roll right into losers finals, everybody. The Splash Man.
The birthday man himself.
The birthday man making, dare I say, making waves here on the all right.
Come on, man. It's too late for that. I can't. But now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Both of these players have this. Well, let me rephrase this. Splash has the same playstyle as Gambler in the sense where he needs to be up close and personal. And we're seeing that Full Auto has a little bit of issues with that sort of aggression. The full shooting game, he's got completely on lockdown. But once someone gets in on him, he seems to get a little bit too antsy with his buttons. And for a character like Kung Lao that can range anywhere between, 28 to 34% off of any stray hit, Full Auto's really going to need to have his defense up close on point if he wants to make it to Grand Finals and face combat. But at the same time, Full Auto's defensive playstyle, full screen, might give Splash a little bit of trouble. But only time is going to tell. We are down to our last couple sets of the evening. We are now in losers finals. Splash going up against Full Auto. Respective characters, no damn doubt in my mind.
I thought that was Ermac on the screen for a second. That's a sick looking scorpion. Not to Mickey, I apologize. That was two in the same night. I apologize, Mickey.
Listen, man. I don't know why you're attacking me right now, but it needs to stop.
All I'm gonna say is that if you guys go to online in MK11 and you see the Combat League picture, that Ermac's looking kind of sick.
Now, I don't know if Full Auto is here. He should be.
Yep.
There he is.
Hey.
We go straight back to Sindel. Definitely going to be the same characters, no doubt.
See if the birthday man can make it to Grand Finals or a Full Auto. We are looking at. This is incredible. We're literally looking at top 3 in points. In top 3. Back to back.
I mean, I wouldn't expect anything else. We had a lot of great showings tonight between the likes of Turkey and Abyss and even Sameach. But now this is the absolute tippity top of the play right now for the Kolosseum.
I'm actually going to look at that bracket from last week and see just how this unfolded as well. Just to see if we get a little bit of an insight while these guys begin this slaughter.
Look at the difference. Full Auto is respecting all of these pokes on block by Splash up close. And Splash knew it immediately and just started going bonkers with the buttons. Nice little pickup there, forcing Splash off the meter. Full Auto got a nice little life lead. He's running out of space to run with. With that forward just clipping again. Full Auto, the first round, very solid so far.
So, Full Auto and Splash did not meet last week, so we're seeing this for the very first time. Very exciting stuff.
Now, I'm curious if Sindel, as a character, does really well against Splash's playstyle. With the ability to just keep a character at bay.
Yeah, so far so good, and Full Auto really good. We didn't see it really at all against Nightwolf, but I think we might see it here against Splash. Watch the down twos from certain ranges from Full Auto to try to catch him jumping in as well. Very good patience by Full Auto to wait that out. We've seen too many people get clipped. And missed the input error there on the instant jump kick. And he's going to pay with almost half of his life right there. Nice roll out of the corner versus that position. And now he has to survive that gap being closed. Nice execution by the Splash Man. And 1 round apiece to start us off. And that's what happens when he gets the gap closed and gets the hit.
I love that little micro step back because he knew the distance was just a little bit too awkward to get that hit confirmed without it. The presence of mind to have those little adaptations to your combos, very important.
Ooh, yeah. No counter. Luckily didn't get that crushing blow.
I think he knew he was about to get anti-art, so he didn't hit a button. That's also very important. But at the same time, in round number 3, and Sindel still has that crushing blow, that is
fear.
Terrifying.
Fear. Good patience. A little bit of slugfest there, and a flawless block. Beautiful. I know it's flawless blockable. I'm learning something here from the Splash Man.
Splash is going to have to start following up his pokes with mids because, honestly, full auto is just disrespecting those pokes every single time. Go 4-1 stagger into the grab. Splash. Trying to run away, and this is 100% death. Wait a minute!
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa.
That
You cannot be having those drops, sir.
My heart skipped a beat for a potential up 3, scream crushing blow, fatal blow, GG's, shake the hand, and then get off the stage.
And
Almost
then cry
happened
yourself to sleep on your birthday.
And then
what a trash
and then go straight to the bar.
Listen, man, he's too young. He grabs the orange juice out of the fridge.
The Sunny D.
Hey, man, Sunny D's delicious.
Not even real orange juice. It's just orange flavor.
Yeah, it's literally like.
Sindel.
Well, you know what? It's tasty. It's not like Yoo-Hoo is the chocolate.
It's
Yoo-Hoo is actually just water.
But it's not bad.
Yeah, but it's not chocolate milk.
Yeah, but it's not. Would you rather have a Yahoo or water?
Water.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, I'd rather have water at that point. But you know what? Shoutouts to Tang, dude. Do you remember Tang?
Yeah.
Dude, phenomenal. All right, anyway, we're getting sidetracked. Back into it. Splash up 1 game here in Losers Finals. Nice flawless block and a huge punish to follow up. There goes the defensive meter immediately for full auto.
Yeah, this is already life alert for full auto. If you're down defensive bar, Splash is coming in and trying to wake up Buttons. Not the right read in that situation. Hefty lead here for Splash. No! I don't know what the check is there, but still able to come up, get up with the back one. So many moves of Sindel just reset that neutral, but it's hard to, you know, when you reset neutral against a character like Kung Lao, it's so easy for him to get back going, just like we see here in Splash. Starting to run away with this, we may start to see a little bit of Kryptonite in Full Auto's gameplay. And we saw it a bit with King Gambler, but not as punishing as it feels like with Kung Lao.
I gotta agree with you
Like,
there. And then
it's just another level to get hit by Kung Lao, it feels like.
because the Oki game is so much scarier. Wow, even against the crushing blow, you rarely see that in tournament play.
Ooh. Accidental breakaway too, I think, from Splash there. No! That second staff not enough to get the pickup. And this is that mix of Splash. 1-2. Down threes, down threes, down threes. 1-2s. And throws.
He's conditioned because he knows sooner or later he's gonna let that shimmy whip.
Yep, exactly. Or the orbital hat off of any poke. Down 3.
Here goes Splash, looking much more comfortable here. Maybe the adaptation is coming into play here.
And he jumped in the overhead. Oh my.
Oh, and
Okay.
that is 100% death.
I'm gonna say no.
No, he's dead.
He's dead? Oh yeah, he's dead.
He's dead.
Whew, barely.
Maybe a couple shields away from surviving it, but at that point, then the then the sparks are gonna get you.
I like betting. It's fine.
Odd or even? No.
Whoa! Odd.
I got even.
Alright.
Alright, so now you're down 2, doing as much damage as you can through that breakaway. Splash again all over. It's the aggression that's really been giving Full Auto trouble, not just with King Gamma, but we're seeing it here now as well.
Ooh, getting button pressy too. Splash has turned this into lockdown, coming in the jump kick, and Full trying to answer. I think he meant the forward jump there, or catch Splash. Pressing buttons after the jump kick. Either way, not going to work out for him. Still gets reverse position, but that is going to be all, and I would have lost some amount of money right there.
I was even. I won.
Son of...
And so did Splash. The birthday dream lives on.
The birthday boy up 2-0 on our reigning champion, Full Auto, trying to get that run back with combat in the grand finals. Chat going crazy now. Risen Emperor says Sindel carries. Well, Sindel just carried Full Auto to a 0-2 deficit.
Yes, so I don't know if that
So,
statement is true there.
I mean,
we're not seeing any other Sindels do this.
I mean,
Kung Lao.
But now, Full Auto has some work to do. It's just the entire night, I can't say it enough, the aggression is really what's making him crumble. And he just has not adapted to that rushdown playstyle yet.
I think that's what we've, kind of come to expect, not in the player of Full Auto, although maybe true going back to even MKX, a very zoning-oriented player usually does have a tendency to struggle up close, but, it's a mixture of the player and the character because of what they're used to being able to do. And we've seen Full Auto have to do it all tonight, though. He had to deal with having to be the aggressor, and then he got that almost... he got a real high octane taste of the offense in King Gambler, and now he's getting the 100% octane coming from Splash.
And we know that Splash is one of the most aggressive players out there right now,
yeah.
Especially when you talk about the upper echelon of skill level.
And Splash has to have, if he had ESPN analytical data, Splash has the quickest round average out of anyone in Mortal Kombat 11.
I believe it. Oh, no. I would even think with Fatal Blow, it's not going to kill. I'm not sure this is going to kill.
This is going to make him have to earn it, though.
But they'll put him in chip-out territory where Sindel has no issue. Is he going to kill? Nope, not yet.
Put up the orb. Nope, he just went for chip-out with the jump kick. I don't even know what it's called.
Round 2, fight.
The low blast?
Yeah, we're just going to call it low blast.
The aerial assault, the
aerials.
Purple magic fingers. I don't even know.
Yeah, let's call it purple magic fingers. I like that.
Purple magic fingers.
That's fantastic. Here you go. Splash trying to open him up with the 1-2 shimmies, but it's just Full Auto is just not biting.
Whoa, that's instant jump kick. Whoa.
And Splash is almost reading like every single wake up option that Full Auto's been putting out there.
And here we go. Here we go. No.
Does he good throw him off of the 4-1?
That's okay. Still has a knockdown here. Full Auto's been kind of disrespectful here with the jumps. Gonna hold it this time around.
Wow, spending both bars. You know what? I respect it because while this round animation is going, look at how fast that resource is coming back.
And one of the few times where you see them both, or sorry, you see one on block and then the second one not forced to block either. That overhead actually got out there and got the spin a little bit. Oh, and this is Splash doing the Splash things. Guess again. Oh my goodness, this is starting to get away from him right now. This is going to be 3-0. Is Full Auto finally going to fall in the Kolosseum?
Full Auto's on his last legs. No hicking from off of the jump kick, but this is pretty much curtains. I mean, this entire set, especially this game, was all Splash and the birthday power triumph over last week's champion.
Lao wins.
And just like that, the birthday powers are too strong, man. Nerf birthdays.
Nerf birthdays. Indeed. So this is in honor of Derek, by the way. Birthday shoutouts to Splash. Had to give him a little bit of
shout-outs.
a little homage to Derek from the Combat Cast there.
This is his favorite thing. I always see his eyes always just light up whenever it was time for birthday shoutouts.
Yeah.
So funny.
All right.
It really is like his favorite part.
We're going to do one last quicker break. This time around, give Splash a little bit of a breather, guys. One more match to come. It is grand finals time. Please don't go anywhere. One last little break, and then we're going to get into the last match of the night here on the Kolosseum, week number 2 in the top 8. Don't go anywhere. Here in a moment. See ya.
Welcome to pixelpro.io, a platform full of resources for content creators with over 250 being completely free. In 2020, we aim to expand this library with over 100 new resources, including 2 new resource types. Alongside our free resources is our marketplace. This is where artists and designers can open up a shop to sell pre-designed graphics. Shop owners can expand their reach, and content creators get even more options when looking for graphics. This year, we will be releasing new versions of graphics packs through Drusif Designs, bringing more tools and value to content creators. From content creators just starting out to well-established communities, we are here to give you more options to build and grow. This is pixelpro.io.
As a player, Smash GG will provide a guided experience with tasks for all aspects of competing in an online tournament. Once you've registered for an online tournament, you'll receive a check-in reminder email with the tournament start time and a dashboard link to play your matches. You can also go to your tournament dashboard where you'll find all that information as well. Once your match is available, click your match and follow the instructions. This includes check-in and results reporting. In case you need to communicate with your opponent to set up your game or need assistance from a moderator, we've also integrated a chat system where you can do just that. Once the match is over and you've verified your results, your next match will appear when available. Repeat until you're knocked out or have won the tournament. For more information on our platform, check out our help center with articles and guides on everything mentioned in this video and more.
All right, welcome back, everyone. It is grand finals time. Invites are out. And there we go. Combat joining us. Big D, this has been one hell of a top 8. Our Game 5 streak coming to an end in that last game. But it sets up one that has already happened. So this could get crazy.
I mean, I don't know how much more crazy it could possibly get. Literally 4 Game 5s back to back. And now we're going to have the run back from Winners Finals, where it was a Game 5 between Splash and Combat originally, with Combat throwing out a couple different characters between his Cassie and his Spawn. But now with Combat being on the winner's side, he has a little bit more wiggle room to work with. I guess we're going to see Joker out of Combat. But at the same time, the way Splash has been playing, and he has his chance to, be nice and warmed up while Combat's just been sitting, Combat might not want to mess around a little bit too much. A bracket reset could be devastating.
And wait a minute. What is Combat's getting around? Joker. Now we've seen so many different characters.
And I expect that out of Combat, especially with the Joker. He plays the likes of Sonic Fox, I would imagine on the regularly, or at very least talking to him. Joker is a super solid character that we also don't really see too much of.
And look at that. We see an anti-air Kung Lao to start us off with the forward one. The burning of the money. And it's Variation 1. It's like Combat's trying to prove that, because Variation 1 and Joker was the one looked at and everyone was going, it's kind of meh. Just like V1 Spawn in comparison to the other two.
And that is completely safe. A very good amount of chip as well on those low shots. I'm liking what I'm seeing already. This proves to be a very nice pick. Wow, it just lets the overhead rip. There you go, that does not jail. Splash picking up on that nice and early.
Gonna need a miracle here with Combat having his breakaway still. That's a lot of health to try to make a comeback here. Or do you go into conservative mode? The down dash it down 4. Still gonna take it for Combat here. Pouring that confetti. I love the Joker in MK11. I love the design. He's very Joker-esque. He's got the personality. He's and in the movement, the personality in the movement and the dancing. I love it all.
Yeah, they really nailed the character as a whole in a darker environment. And I'm super happy because I was a little nervous that they weren't going to be able to pull that off. But man, did they do a good job. And Combat doing a good job as well. Really kind of controlling the entire pace of the match so far.
Ta-da! And he's just having fun, Big D. That's he's just having a little bit of fun here. you know, trying to murder someone, which is as Joker as it gets. A nice forward one, and it's done. And wow, that is absolute dominance by Combat right there, and it's what you said. Control. He controlled that match.
On the ground and in the air, it just seemed like he had total awareness of everything Splash was going to do. Meanwhile, mixing it up with all those different staggers. And again, not for nothing, that unbreakable damage with the low gunshots is really respectable.
It's like 18% on the amplified low alone.
And it just puts you full screen and standing. Like, I don't know what more else you can ask for.
Full screen, guess again.
The Joker.
What is Splash gonna do? Oh, and to Garrus.
Splash said, "I'm not getting zoned." That's what he's saying.
We've seen Combat earlier tonight go up against Turkey's Garrus, and that did not bode well for Turkey. So, going into this, you got to be careful picking Garrus against someone who used to play the character inside and out.
I'm curious if we are going to see if Splash is able to do this.
Round 1. Fight.
The Raiden pick again from Combat. I wouldn't be surprised.
Nice confirm off the 2. Up to standing 2-1.
Someone in the chat said, "Who is Larry Wheels?" There he is. You just saw him on screen.
He likes to drop in from time to time.
Man, this. We were talking about how well this Gears is going to do. Not a great start for Splash here. Halfway down, and a huge read by Combat, and 2 crowbars already loaded. Not looking good for another round either. The old school wake up 2 to get something going for Splash. Combat so far all over it though. He's seen all this before. The fact you do not connecting into the grab in the corner, not like this, and the interruption, and now he's got the crushing blow loaded, going into what could be a potential final round of game 2 here. This is scary. I'm scared.
I never expected Combat to be so solid with the Joker. It is so difficult, and I know you can attest to this as well. It's so difficult to play multiple characters at such a high level. It is really hard to do.
And makes it look easy, especially, and I hope that Combat doesn't blow me up, but from being that, you know, how we never saw him come off a Firestorm in Injustice 2. Like, he wasn't that, but that's kind of what it takes to be in that upper echelon of players, especially with these younger guys that do main the whole cast. You got to keep up with them and do it yourself, and I think that's what's kind of helped Combat's ascension here. On top of that beautiful, oh sorry, I thought I was assuming Combat's playing Gears. That was a beautiful anti-air 4-3 by Splash. And
you can tell that he knows what he's doing with Garrus, but at the same time, it's that control. You know, using the Amplify. Doesn't want to spend the Crushing Blow yet because he's not super confident in this round. But you know what? A couple more hits and he will let that thing rip.
What? Oh, that was a lot of whiff right there. That's kind of the first. That's maybe the first time that we've seen Combat blink in this grand final so far. He has been absolutely solid, but that he was a little hesitant on.
15 seconds left on the clock. Splash opting to go in. But this grab animation does take a lot of time, and honestly, I don't really know how Combat comes back from this.
Fatal cancel, and you got the throw available.
Yeah.
The time though. And still not enough.
That was wasted.
No.
Unfortunate.
But if that would have worked, I would have ended the broadcast.
I would have left. I would have left. You would have had to solo commentate.
I would have ended the broadcast. I would have shut it down. It would have been 3-0. Oh, he's gonna eat him.
Now you have to let it rip. Last round, Combat wants to go up 2-0. He doesn't want this to go on to any longer than it has to.
Now, guys, think about it. Yeah, the throw crushing blow is gone, but he still has fatal blow and still has fatal blow cancel. This is not bad for Joker whatsoever.
Yeah, he still has plenty of tools at his disposal. But you know what? Splash is playing a lot more slippery. We're not seeing the same lockdown from Combat that we saw in game number 1.
Yeah, okay. A couple of those hits in the second round really woke him up. Or slowed Combat down.
Maybe that's what Splash needed to do, is just kind of like slow him down. Oh my. This does so much, actually. This is what? Almost 42%? Yeah, that should do just about 42%.
Yes, 44 on top of it. And walks up with the forward 1. Talk about a meaty. That thing's hard to deal. That thing's not tough to deal with. 2-0 lead for Combat with the Joker, guns blazing.
And you know what? Combat's not being very nice. Not letting Splash win on his birthday is just a horrible thing to do. To
Okay. Will, is this on purpose? If he beats Splash, is he gonna give him the birthday cake?
The Joker.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hold up.
That's what this is all
Oh
about.
my
He
god.
wants to celebrate Splash's birthday with a cake.
I'm onto him. I figured it out.
That was the biggest brain read you've made. I haven't seen a read like that in my 8 years of being
That was
in the competitive scene. How did I not think of that? You're a genius. You're a genius.
Well, you know, this is why I pay myself the big bucks here at the Kolosseum.
But here we go. Tournament point for Combat. Will he be able to finish Splash off, or will we see the comeback of a lifetime?
He's gonna need one here. Combat, I believe, with this victory may overtake the points and the leadership of the Kolosseum as well.
I believe so, actually.
I'm gonna tweet out the updated standings tomorrow, but you can also follow along at any time at smash.gg/Kolosseum. At any time, the points are right there. Smash has them pre-built in. It's absolutely wonderful. And this is something for Splash here. He was actually, we didn't see him get any of these, even these kind of hits in that first game with the Kung Lao. It was just that controlling beautiful right there by Combat.
Forward grab into the back grab. This is all big damage that's just leading up bit by bit. But again, one hit confirm and the fatal blow will 100% kill Splash. There's no way around from that. And you are dead. Thanks for playing.
Woo!
Sorry, pal.
Match point. That is not the birthday gift I would have wanted.
No, not at all. But Combat is one round away from giving Splash not exactly the cake he wanted for his birthday. If he does the other fatality, by the way, that's going to be the biggest letdown.
Oh yeah, I will revert that set, and Splash is your winner of week number 2, no matter what.
Absolutely. I second that. Go forward grab again. 14%. This is how Kung Lao plays the game. But now, look at that damage. 18% and gives you full screen. Full screen positioning. That's really solid.
So full screen, nice jump of the gun right there, and there is tech where you can kind of jump all of the shots at once. That it's really tricky there at full screen to get that. And nice reaction by Splash on the jump back. Nice hit stagger too. Didn't want to overcommit, even though Combat did not have a breakaway, but would have gotten a breakaway mid combo. So thinking ahead, I think right there.
You know what's scary about this, even with Splash having the life lead, is that he's about one hit away. Actually 1.5 hits away from losing. Next hit confirmed, you're dead.
And just
happy birthday,
like that.
Splash. Enjoy your second place.
Enjoy your second place. There's a smile on the face. Oh.
All right, Combat, don't you let us down. Let's see that birthday cake.
He's
Don't
looking
you
it up.
dare.
Did we get it? Did we get it?
Yeah, he had to look it up. Yes! Happy birthday, Splash!
Happy birthday, Splash!
Everybody in the chat, wish him a happy birthday. As Combat is your week 2 champion here in the Kolosseum.
The Joker wins.
Well played. And happy birthday. That was the plan all along, wasn't it?
All along.
That is unbelievable. What a read. What a read on your part. Where were those reads, man?
Where were those when I was competing?
Hey, man, I wish I had. Dude, that was too
Galaxy.
perfect.
Get Galaxy right there, guys.
Yeah, I actually have like nothing else to say. That was literally perfect.
That was awesome, Combat. Thank you so much to Combat and Splash for putting on those performances. Let me update the final bracket here. Combat gonna get the W, gonna gain the leadership of the Kolosseum here. And, I mean, coming in as definitely one of the favorites.
Absolutely.
Looking good early on. So that is going to put him I believe at first. Splash is still going to be at third place in points, Full Auto in second. So they've been so consistent in these first 2 weeks, and I think that those three have separated themselves from the entire rest of the pack as of right now, Big D. But it excites me to see who else is going to be able to do that week 3 on.
And only time is going to tell. Man, this top 8 has me mentally drained, and I was nowhere near a controller.
Yep.
Like that says a lot. But congratulations to Combat, congratulations to Splash, congratulations to all of our top 8 competitors tonight. Shout outs to Turkey and Sameach as well. Like, this was just a beautiful display of MK11. And I really look forward to seeing what you guys bring to the table. All of you, even those that didn't make top 8, I expect some juicy weeks ahead of us. Because, I mean, we were just talking about it before. The upsets early on in pools were insane.
Yeah.
A lot of them didn't even get
So
to be
many.
streamed. So, like, every single week, this is what you're going to expect to see here on this stream. So, make sure you guys are tuning in every week. Support this because this is incredible.
Yeah, thank you to everyone who has supported this. You're the best. Splash says, would you host me if I stream? Go live right now, Splash. Abso-fucking-lutely, I will host you.
Yes.
Happy birthday,
You 100%
man.
deserve it.
Happy birthday. And Full Auto was actually able to hold on to first place, it looks like. 375 points for Full Auto, 350 for Combat. Splash at 275. Hayate still at 200 from week number 1. Sameach, Gambler, Turkey, and Kerbalicious are your top 8 in points right now through 2 weeks. I will be sure to post that on a sexy looking graphic probably tomorrow. Tweeting out the bracket right now, and let's look at that finalized bracket for you guys. There we go. Top to bottom, Noble Combat, your winner tonight. But everyone put on a great show. It was a big bracket to get through. There's only more entrants coming. Yeah, thank you guys. You guys are making this one of the best series that I've been a part of. It's just been really fun doing it from the ground up, doing it with no sponsors. It's just us. You know, we're
like the old days.
Yeah, it is. This is as grassroots as an online can be.
Yeah, it really is. Thank you everybody for coming out. And the support, like we said, has just been absolutely unreal. Now we demand you all, not just with Matcherino, we demand you all to go in the Splash's stream, wish him a happy birthday, go show him some love.
That's right.
And well played to everybody. There it is. The rest of the graphics. Aquaman, take us out.
All right, guys. If you guys want to support, exclamation point Matcherino in the chat. Splash, I got you. I just got to finish my stream, buddy. But you do you, and you'll get hosted here in just a few minutes. Matcherino, the link is in the chat. Use the coupon code to add free 50 cents to the pot. You can also do these retweets on the right, on the right. These are the sponsor quests. Right now it's G Fuel. A couple of retweets. You can add some free money to the pot as well, or contribute directly like so many others have. It's easy. Make an account, hit contribute, and you're good to go. So many people have. Thank you to everyone who has watched. So many of you each and every single week. Way more people watching than I anticipated, and I'm usually I usually aim pretty high, but it nowhere near what I thought would happen with 1,400, 1,500, 1,300 a night. So many of you guys watching, thank you so much. And Big D for coming on and casting. Big D, did you have anything you want to shout out? Your personal stream? Anything you got going on?
Nothing, man. Just keep supporting the stream. I'm the biggest advocate when it comes to scenes supporting their own. And so far, you guys have been doing a great job. And it's to show that we can handle ourselves on our own. You know, we put in the work, and it's time to have us support the show for it. So you guys are awesome for that. I got no plugs. I'm just happy. Thank you for having me on. It was a hell of a night, man.
Absolutely, man. Guys, that is going to do it for us here for week 2 of the Kolosseum. We'll be back on Sunday. On Sunday, I've got, should I give it away? Nah, I'll announce the caster on Twitter again, but thank you so much. And also, not to get a lot of people's hopes up, but we got a couple of special guests coming within the next couple of weeks onto the Kolosseum as well. Some that you may see coming and some that you may not see coming from 18 miles away whatsoever. I have a couple of tricks up my sleeve. I cannot wait to show you guys. But thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. That's it from us here at the Kolosseum. I'm going to run one last ad break on a end screen, and then we're going to host into Splash. So don't go anywhere. It's Splash's birthday. Let's give him some love. You guys have a great night. Big D, thank you so much. And everybody, peace. We'll see you next time.
You guys have a good night, man.